What was your concept for that luggage piece?
It was titled, It's Not What You Take, It's What You Bring Back. And it's basically all about the idea of the endless journey that we're all on and the luggage that we use to carry the things that we hold dear. So every community, every culture from back in the day to now, it's like they use something to carry around the things that they wanted to actually hold with value. Yeah. So it's like when you migrate from one country to another country, it could be 1,000 years ago. It's like you're going to use some bags to carry some stuff.
Welcome to Robertson Stash. Season 5 is brought to you by WNC CBD. Empowered by Puffco.
All right, folks, we're sitting down with Thomas Evans today, aka Detour. We also got our co-host Vincent Gordon joining us. How are you, brother?
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
How was your drive up?
It was good. I mean, like,
any detours?
Middle of the day, no detours.
Oh man, starting early with comedy.
Yeah, a lot.
Little too early with comedy, bud. Slow down.
Oh yeah, it's middle of the day, so it's like no traffic, so that's good.
Yeah.
A little ways out here, but it was like okay.
Yeah, we in the mountains.
But yeah, well, I like it. You know, it's like more greenery, more I guess calm. Mm-hmm. I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. So how did you, so you're a painter, a muralist. Yeah. You do a lot of paintings around Denver, local legend around here. Dude, I've seen you on the news a couple times, dude.
Legend.
Oh, I would say legend's an understatement.
I do stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, so like the mural stuff is what people know me for. Uh-huh. Then recently putting in like a sculpture at the airport.
Oh, sweet.
So now getting some, I guess, like awareness about me from that.
Nice.
So like at the airport, it's like the largest piece I've ever done, biggest budget, and that was through the city.
Oh,
so
amazing.
That was really cool. So trying to get more into sculptural work.
What's like the medium you're using?
That one was all upcycled suitcases and luggage and bags. So it's like,
dude, I've seen that. Yeah, and I think I saw that on the news too.
Yeah. So I try to do as much as I can to promote that one. But that was all upcycled stuff, and like my first time doing like a sculptural piece like that. Mm-hmm. Well, just in general, that large. So almost kind of like an art director, because I had fabricators put a lot of that stuff together for me. I collected the bags and prepped them, but they pretty much built the armature and engineered it and transported and installed it, which is like the heavy lifting part.
Yeah.
But trying to get more into that space because I like that because it's not as saturated. Just in general.
Big money gigs too.
Well, I mean, not really. It's big money in terms of budget.
Yeah, but you cost a lot.
And exposure.
I mean, exposure is great because we have the second busiest airport in the world, so that's great. But it's like money wise, like I'll break even on this one. Yeah, because it's like a lot that goes into it in terms of not only the fabrication, installation, engineering, permitting, materials, like. When we were doing it, it was like the beginning of COVID when I got the project, and then all of a sudden, like steel goes up. Mm-hmm. All the materials go up. All the costs go up. So it's
used luggage probably went down though because no one's traveling.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, but like the used luggage was like a key thing where it's kind of like I didn't have to pay for the materials, but it's like
DIA's probably got all those in the back anyways. Like, hey, can I borrow all these?
Now there's so many conspiracy theories about the piece.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You're a part of it now, dude.
Yeah, people think it's just wild luggage and like that's my luggage, and I'm like, no. Yeah, but that was like the piece where I'm like, okay, I really like doing public art in terms of having it sculptural, tangible. Wanting to get more in that space, but it's super difficult. That's why there's not as many people in it.
What's the process like? Like, how do you apply for a project like that?
Just go online, like look up public art calls, and like you'll find a couple websites that have like a database that you can go out there and apply for stuff. And you just apply, but it's like a RFQ at the beginning where it's like request for qualification. So it's like, okay, what have you done in the past? So to get that, it's like you have to do something in the past. Like
So the first few are so crucial, and then it starts kind of
it's the old
getting more.
What do I need? I need to get ID.
Yeah.
You know, if I had ID, I wouldn't need ID.
So I got lucky on getting this one where like everything fell into place. And then now it's like, now that I have this on my portfolio, it's a little bit easier to get other projects, but still difficult, because if I want to do an outdoor one, I don't have an outdoor piece to showcase. But I did show like, hey, this is what I've done. I worked with engineers and people to permit and GCs and fabricators. So it's like I work with big budgets. So they know I can do a little bit of that. So that helps me out, but it's still like, it's a whole different ball game when you're getting into that space. So that's why it's so difficult, but that's why I want to get into it, because it's not as crowded, I think. And your ideas can be bigger than just like a mural on a wall, because a mural on a wall can easily go away if change of building owners, or they tear down the building, or, you know, someone tags it and it gets damaged, or they knock out a wall, whatever, renovation. So it's, for me, it's a lot more permanent. And for me, it's like, there's a lot more thoughtfulness that has to go into some of those pieces too, because they just take a lot more to put together.
What was your concept for that luggage piece?
It was titled, It's Not What You Take, It's What You Bring Back. And it's basically all about the idea of the endless journey that we're all on, and the luggage that we use to carry the things that we hold dear. So every community, every culture, from back in the day to now, it's like they use something to carry around the things that they wanted to actually hold with value. So it's like when you migrate from one country to another country, it could be 1,000 years ago. It's like, you're going to use some bags to carry some stuff, food, whatever. So like, that's something that we all have in common. So I was like, okay, luggage, and it's in the airport. So like, I want this piece to be luggage, but also I didn't want it to be sort of manufactured with plastic or steel or whatever. It's like
creating more waste.
Yeah, it's like, I want it to be something which like, it has a story to it.
It's already a byproduct of our existence.
Yeah.
So it's like a perfect part of the story.
Exactly. You know? So like, when you go to like a Goodwill or ARC store, it's like, you see luggage, like, I wonder where that thing has been. And there's so many stories tied to it. So it's like, okay, let me give an opportunity for people who see public art go up, have an opportunity to be a part of it. And that was one of the things that they really liked about it, is that people were able to have a piece in the actual sculpture, where now it's kind of like, they can go to the airport and be like, oh, that's my grandfather's sculpture, or that's my grandfather's luggage right there, or his camera bag, or this is my camera bag.
I love that.
Yeah, so it was like an opportunity, more personable, more just like, you're able to easily have the community champion it if like they had a piece in it. So a lot of people from Denver loved it because they had a piece and actually seeing it come together.
Did you do a call for luggage or something?
Yeah. Cool. So like, when I got it awarded the project, put out onto a website, a forum where people could, you know, say, hey, this is my luggage, this is the story about it. Can you consider my piece?
Vetted.
Oh yeah. Wow. So I mean,
the stories too are
all the stories.
They're in the luggage or something.
Not in the luggage. It's on a website. So like, with the sculpture piece, there's a website. So like, you can hit the QR code at the plaque at the airport. It takes you to DIA's website with my piece on there and the information, and then there's a link to my website that I did as like a complimentary website for the luggage piece. So it's like an entire website dedicated just to that piece. Where it's like, on the front page, you can go down and it's in sections of color. So you can go down to this raspberry color and see all the bags that are raspberry. And okay, this is Adam Gordon's bag, and Adam Gordon's bag is da 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 da, or this is Carol's bag, and Carol's bag is this.
That's
one right
really
here.
an extra level to it.
Yeah. But that's how for me, it's like, that's different than what a lot of other artists are doing when it comes to the public art pieces. Where it's kind of like, how do you add layers to it?
I feel like it's different from even what you're known for doing with, like, you know, your iconic imagery and your, you know, like, you have the bold colors, which is an obvious consistent, but like, creatively, is it as rewarding for you to do something that's a little bit more abstract and more of like a social commentary? Is you know, it's a different part of our brain. You know? So like, people know me for portraiture and the colors and, you know, that sort of style of Fauvism. So with this one, the colors on the bags represent sunrise, sunset, but also borrows from like my
sort of color palette, highly saturated, bright, bold colors.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's like it has those colors, but it's like a little bit more thoughtful in terms of we're not doing every color for like sunrise, sunset, and that just talks about the sun that we get in Colorado because we're so high up, type of thing too.
Nice.
So it's like that's the idea of using those colors, but also with the bags and the stories that are with those bags. It's now a sculptural piece that's different than what you see, but it's still a portrait of Colorado.
So like it's almost like the sun cycle then. It's a portrait of the ecosystem.
It's because all the bags come from Colorado. So it's like, oh, this is the portrait of Colorado in my way of doing sculptures. And
it's a very abstract sunset.
Yeah. and like, I would say the shape of it, I want it to have this infinity shape when you're far away. Then when you get closer, it's like more of a looping Mobius shape. And that just really emphasizes the idea that airports are never closed. It's 24/7. Like there's always a plane in the sky. Like there's like since commercial planes, there's always been one in the sky around the world.
Except for 9/11.
Yeah. Well,
and then there was only,
probably.
And then there was only one.
Yeah.
And there was only one.
But at the same time, like, yeah, I mean, 9/11 happened, but still, it's like, you go around the world, like they're still flying.
Yeah.
So like technically, like
so it's still
never.
I'd put money on that. There's always a plane in the air throughout since they've been created. Well,
since commercial
last 30, 40 years.
So so it's like there's always something there, and airports are never closed. So like even when I was working on,
but the restaurants are in them, which is bullshit.
I mean, but now, I mean, these airports are getting smarter. Where it's kind of like they have some stuff that are 24/7. Where it's kind of like, hey,
it's a robot.
Yeah, you don't they have a robot that's like autonomous, where it's kind of like you can go in there and get the food and come out type of thing. Or
there's an arm that makes it fresh too.
Yeah,
I've seen like people get coffees now.
Yeah, so it's like
robot
they're
barista.
getting smart about, and like airports are trying to upgrade and everything. So it was fun, just being able to work in that environment, because that was one of the hardest environments to work in because of all the restrictions and security.
So
sterile. I mean, it is just like it's Fort Knox trying to get stuff through. So like it's easier to do something when it's prior to TSA. Anything post TSA is like difficult, and then anything in the airport is just difficult in general. So like something outside just in general is going to be a lot easier to put together in terms of sculptural work. But it was fun just to be able to do a hard project like this and to learn, because I made a ton of mistakes, but it's like one of those things that you learn from, and like,
big time.
Yeah, it's like this 4-figure mistake. It was like a learning lesson.
Expensive mistakes.
Yeah, it's like college tuition.
Those are the ones you learn from the most.
Yeah.
No, it's a crash course in what you need to do right next time, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you could go to college and learn to do it the right way and take 2 years, or you could just spend that 4 figures and just say, okay, next time I got it.
Yep, and it's like, you're not going to make that mistake again ever, because you always remember that 4-figure dollar.
Yeah, it's embedded into your brain.
Yeah, so I mean that was fun, but like I said, like that one, I was like, I'll probably break even. But that's like,
but it's historic.
It's historic piece where it's kind of like, it wasn't about making money. It was about making sure I could put this piece together and have it for the next one.
It's really you sticking your flag in this motherfucker, bro.
Yeah.
Everyone who comes to Denver.
That's notorious.
It's a great.
It's iconic.
Do you recall how many bags you used in it?
183.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool.
I acquired probably 255. So like people would actually just like come with like 10 bags.
Yeah.
When it's like, I just needed one. But it was a great thing because I had more to choose from than what I needed. Because I needed more because it was like, I don't know what bags we're getting and how it's going to fit on the piece.
And the colors too, right?
All that stuff. Well, the colors, we primed all the bags.
Oh, you did?
We primed all the bags.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And we colored it a specific color.
I see.
So it's one of those things like they could bring anything.
More crazy if you had to source the colors for each. That would have been crazy.
Oh man, because like, and they all came with different materials. So some were like, the Samsonite was like hard plastic, and then you had leather ones, and then you had some like entirely made out of wood. So it's like, super combustible. So it's like getting a letter or just like concern from Denver Fire saying, hey, we have to make sure we do this, and this to it to make sure it's considered a Class A to stay at the airport. It was like super, like a good big learning lesson where it's kind of like, okay, next time I do this, I have to make sure like when I'm designing a piece, just even in proposal phase, like, okay, these are some of the questions and concerns that people may have.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I got to think about, okay, is it flammable? You know, what happened like
Public safety.
Yeah, long-term viability is like, okay, is this going to melt over time or warp over time? Okay, what materials am I using? So, you know, something like that mixed with, you know, trying to get stuff upcycled is a challenge. So I learned a lot, and it was really cool just to be able to get a ton of bags from all different, feels like the past, I'd say 80 years range of just like different bags.
Really?
Cool. Yeah.
Some antiques.
Yeah. So a lot of antiques where it's kind of like, oh, this is my grandmother's bag. Where it's kind of like people had bags where it's kind of like they didn't know what to do with. And they were like, it stays in the attic and I have no use for it, but I don't want to throw it away because it has sentimental value. What do we do with this? And they were like,
immortalize it.
Yeah, this is a great way of like making sure I can have it still alive and telling that story, but also out of my house.
I mean, it mirrors the theme of what we carried with us and the motivation for carrying things with us, whether it's sentiment or, you know, just aesthetic, you know, pleasing or whatever, you know, so
exactly.
It's like it works great for the through line of the story and the whole artwork. That's awesome.
It's a great concept.
It makes
really
it way
is.
cooler. Like, you know, as an artist, I'm looking at that as like, wow, it's interesting. Like the Detour did something very different for this, you know, but hearing this backstory of it, just, it makes it that much more intriguing. And,
it's like you want to get outside of like sometimes what you're known for and experiment.
Breaking your own rules.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't want to have to paint a face every time someone asks me to do a project. It's like, okay, what face can I paint today? What portrait can I, or what type of figurative work can I do today? It's like it's like you trying to break out of that sort of box and trying to do something different. And this is like a great way for me to kind of step out of that and like, okay, this is my way of working with community and doing a portrait, but it's like super abstract and it's like something that still everyone can I guess be a part of, but also have some familiarity with. And I didn't get so crazy when it comes to the abstractness of it, where it's kind of like it's bags in this shape, and like when I tell you why I made some of the decisions, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I get that. Whereas like I don't have to do like a PhD thesis on like trying to get you to understand. So which is like for me is good because I can reach not only those that are older, but also young kids as well. They all find it really interesting.
Yeah. And I think that is an important aspect of art. I feel like there's a lot of gatekeeping when it comes to artwork, and there's a lot of like judgment, like prestigious, like snootiness that I find like disturbing and like unsettling, and it comes in the way of the enjoyment of the art. You know, something like being able to enjoy art just for pure enjoyment, I think is an important aspect.
I mean, that piece is a lot more enjoyable than the other airport artwork I've seen with like the gas masks and the fire and the knife. And
Apocalyptic visions.
Yeah, what is going on with that one?
Got rid of that one. So
have they? Too many complaints.
I think they brought it back.
Did they?
I think they brought it back.
Really? Because I was there the other day and I didn't see it, but
yeah.
It's all different, dude. I mean,
that airport is doing. It's like it's always under construction because they're doing so much stuff to it. So like some of the stuff,
all the floor tiles are cracked now.
Yeah.
Like,
the new ones,
like
that
the
they
brand
just
new
brought
ones.
in. So like they're trying to. I guess I forgot exactly what the issue was with them.
They're embezzling money. That's
like it's like $1 billion over budget, and it's like, oh, we need more.
Yeah, I forgot the story of like I don't know if the load on it was just like a lot more than what they expected, or
they didn't use the right support underneath.
But it's one of those things where it's kind of like that. The airport is the second largest in the world.
No, it's the largest. We just looked it up. I looked it up on the way there per square foot for like acreage. The land.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where it's kind of like if it's fully developed, I mean, that's like hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars that it's going to take to develop it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like one of those things where it's kind of like, I think like that airport has so much room to grow.
Oh yeah, they're trying to put nuclear fucking facilities on that thing to power
little
it.
Mobile.
If that doesn't feed the conspiracy theorists, I don't know what will.
Yeah.
We need our own power source.
Did you see anything crazy when you were there, like working after hours?
I mean, nothing like the tunnels.
No lizard people or anything.
No lizard people. Like there's an underground city there.
Is there? Okay. Because I've heard the tunnels. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the tunnels where it's kind of like it is like an underground city.
Did you go down?
Yeah. That's how I got in and out.
Oh wow, cool.
And then I was recently just in there because I had to do a presentation, and we rode the tunnels to the actual gate because that's how you get around. Versus like going through like the TSA and everything. It's like you just go through the tunnels. Okay. So that's like, and that's how you can see the baggage system working. So like United has their own baggage system. Like it's really nice.
Really?
It looks new. And that's how like the things get around. But
like Spirit, not good.
Yeah, that's right.
Kicking your luggage down the hallway.
Yeah. But that's the thing. It's one of those things where it's kind of like you can see how a lot of that stuff works like underground. And then you get to understand like, oh, this is how, sometimes the celebrity people get around and how like you can, it's just like.
That's really interesting.
Like how, like when, I guess one of the more interesting things like the caskets that come in.
Whoa.
Yeah, because like you don't
bodies.
Think about that. Like
you start talking about human trafficking, bro.
You start
some triggering going on.
Well, I never thought about that, but they got to go home if they
have to go home. Type of thing with like it's like
you don't see that out of the baggage claim.
It's like there was a space where it's like that's where they sometimes put them. And
crazy.
Yeah, so like there's
they are moving bodies.
Crazy stuff, and just like sometimes the oversized stuff that packages that they get goes in another place where it's kind of like, and then like they're all different entities. Like you think of the airport and it's like they're all working together. It's like, well, they are, but they're also like feels like 1,000 different entities.
Really?
Like trying to
like all the different
airlines, people that run the airport, janitorial companies. It's like all these different sort of moving pieces that have to sort of work together. Like it's like when they do, it's like music.
Yeah.
And type of thing. But it's like if someone's off key, sort of like throws off everything.
Yeah.
So like seeing how all that stuff works and how everything just has to sort of like feed off of each other or work together is really, really interesting to me. Because like airports, like you have to be on point at the airport. It's like if you don't, it's like someone's late to the gate. If
timing,
you're bad with scheduling, the system goes down. It's like snowball effect with everything else. And I'm like, this is crazy how like you can get off of a plane, your bags are over here type of thing in no time. So that's always interesting to me now.
So
like,
behind the curtain a little bit.
Man. Cool. But like working at the airport for a little bit has been really good. Just seeing how they're going to grow and like they're absolutely like trying to add more artwork as they grow because it's through that 1% ordinance where
well, they have to put 1% of budget.
Like the billions of dollars that go into the airport in terms
they
of
have to spend it.
That's a good vibe.
Yeah, so
same with like new construction, like condo buildings and stuff. With their lobbies, it's usually like 1% they got to spend.
So it's like seeing that happen, seeing cranes and new construction. It's like, okay, there's going to be more art projects coming up. So so I advise.
It's a great tip,
Yeah. I mean, like
where there's cranes, there will soon be art.
There absolutely
kids listening.
So definitely go out there and try to find those dollars right there.
And then once you get one, man, it's kind of easier to get more, add to your portfolio. And it's like, it's great.
Yeah. I mean, like that project helped me out a lot in terms of just like learning how to do proposals and then what to look for, how to put them together. And then now it's kind of like these upcoming projects that I have, I got to do proposals for. So now it's like, okay, I got to think about materials, how to do things and keep it sort of like up and running long term. If you can touch it, people will break it. So it's like, all these different things that pop up. So trying to do my best to learn more about that so I can sort of increase my chances of people saying yes. Because I think once I start to get more streamlined with, having like a preferred fabricator and a GC and, working with different materials, I know exactly what it's going to cost, how it's going to cost. It's like, it'll be easier for me to kind of like do these projects and get the yes on these projects. Because it's still, like I said, like I did this one and it's still hard to get on a short list to do these projects.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome, dude, that you're getting them. So have you always been from Denver? Or
No.
I
was there 06.
Okay. 06. Wow. Quite a long time.
So almost 19, 20 years. So It's so my dad's military. Most of my family's from Georgetown, South Carolina. I was born in Dayton, Ohio. So I go for the Buckeyes. I actually wanted to play football for them.
Really?
But I was way too small, and like way too soft on the field when it comes to like actual football. So, but we moved around a ton. Then graduated high school in Germany. And
really?
Yeah. It's Ramstein, Germany. So it's an American school, and I'm like, so Ramstein, Kaiserslautern is the largest military installation outside of the U.S.
Is it?
So it's like almost like it'd be like having an Aurora, like city dropping in the middle of
with all Americans in it.
I mean, I know all Americans.
All around the world?
Like, just like a large military installation. And that's like, if you're going to, let's say, the Middle East, it's like you'll stop there first sometimes. Or if like you get injured, you'll go to Ramstein, Kaiserslautern, Landstuhl area because they have the really nice hospital there.
Really?
So like that's the largest space. So I was there for high school, which was really great because it was, it's like in Europe, it's you get to travel to any other country in like an hour.
Yeah.
And, you go on the train, it's like you can get there really quick. Super multicultural, and like you're learning a lot. Where it's kind of like I'm like, the only thing I'm really kicking myself about is like not learning like German.
Oh, you didn't learn? Yeah.
No, it's like you get the basic phrases, and like I can count in German, things like that, and read numbers and stuff like that. And
did you learn Spanish? Do you know Spanish a little bit?
Un poquito.
Okay.
So doing my Duolingo. So like with German, because like a lot of words in English are from German language too.
They are?
Yeah, like kindergarten.
Oh,
like kinder.
There we go. Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's like, oh shit, what? Gesundheit. It's like, all these different things, It's like German. So it's like,
beer garden.
If you want to learn German, it's like, for me, it was like, it would be a little bit easier. But it was like, we were just moving a lot, and I just never found the time, and regret that. But it was fun. And then we moved over to Belleville, Illinois. That's where I went to Southwestern Illinois Community College for like my associate's degree. And then a couple years after that, moved out here when he got stationed here to work with FEMA. And that was 2006. And I went to University of Colorado, Denver, but I was doing business. And then,
so you weren't even doing art that whole time?
No, I was doing art on the side. I was
not professionally.
No, not professionally. I was breakdancing.
Nice.
Like I wouldn't say, because there's really no professional. It was like
professional. What about that Australian chick?
It's like,
isn't she?
God, man.
She was up there in the Olympics.
I guess anyone can be professional now.
The bar's not very high after that shit.
No, it was crazy because
that was oh man, that was hard to watch.
Cultural appropriation at its finest,
like right? A sprinkler,
because I was trying to give her some grace and be like, you know what? Because like in breakdancing, it's like you have cats that are like very stylistic.
Yeah, it's an expression.
Yeah,
so there's no right or wrong.
Yeah,
it's like
signature
art,
moves. It's like, it's not hard, but it's like the way they do it is very stylized, and you can tell like, that's like flavor, right? Yeah. And then you have people that are power moves. It's kind of like looking at a gymnast. Yeah. Doing all these little head spins and flares and everything you can see on the gymnastics mat. But then like when I was watching,
what's her name again?
Raygun. I was like, I think she's styled, but then I was like, I don't know what she's doing. Like, what is she? What's happening here? What's happening? What's going? And I was like, yeah, because I was really interested in like how they picked the different people. I mean, to compete
she might have been breakdancing to Taylor Swift or something.
Yeah, it was the weirdest thing because I'm like, because I know like because watching her, I was like, I know like 10 like female breakdancers that are way better from other countries, but they're not represented in the breakdance competition. I was trying to figure out how they pick the countries. So it was one of the weird little things in terms of how do they pick the countries, and like
how did she make it that far?
It's got to start with hip hop. You know what I'm saying? That's man. I mean, like I'm sorry, like if you're breakdancing, it's got to start with hip hop.
Yeah.
You know, if it doesn't start with the DJ and the music and understanding of the bass line.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was one of the weirdest things ever. But then it was almost kind of like there was this lady who was representing, I forget the country, And I think it was like maybe in the Middle East or Africa. It was a country where it's kind of like they had to throw someone in there. So she was in like the hurdles or the sprints, and she was terrible. Like she basically finished like 10 seconds behind everyone else.
Oh,
She
man.
was jogging. It was like one of those things where it's kind of like, if like we send someone, do we just have to send anyone?
It's like the Jamaican bobsled team.
Yeah, you just got to put someone out there. I was like, no, don't do it, man. Don't embarrass yourself. But they did. So yeah, they even made, like, I watched a little documentary on her about the whole thing that happened. And there was a play being made about her in Australia.
She's
and
like notorious.
Yeah,
that green jumpsuit.
Yeah,
dude.
she sued the people making the play, the comedian that was making the play.
So she doesn't even have a good. She's not even a good sport about it.
No,
it's like, lady, did you look at your set? Like, what did you do?
Yeah, they made a whole play, and she sued them, and then they had to change up the name and everything.
That's wrong work.
Yeah, it's like based off of a true story. Yeah, so I was like, fuck, man.
Inspired by true events. Maybe.
I mean, it's one thing to be horrible at what you do, but to not be able to take a joke about it when people are making light of it, or like, I mean, come on. Like,
yeah, I mean, like,
that's crazy.
Because, like, I mean, she got famous off of that.
Yeah.
And it's like it's the weirdest thing with our culture today. It's like, you don't have to be good at it. It's like, you just have to be entertaining.
There's probably a ton of people dressing up as her for Halloween this year.
Oh yeah,
I mean, it's the influencer thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to.
Then they can just do like a move, and then, I get it.
That's all they do, a little kangaroo thing. But yeah,
the
dancing
kangaroo
for a long time, and then did my first event in Belleville, Illinois, and that's where I was telling you earlier. I met, or not met, but I had my friend Trekstar, who DJs for Killer Mike and LP. He came to DJ the event, and he was just teaching me about how to DJ and like the equipment and everything. 'Cause it was like me dancing and then wanting to put on events. It was like a whole nother ball game where I had to learn how to do that.
Yeah, you wear a lot of fucking hats, bro. I mean, one hat specifically, but a lot of fucking hats.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where it's kind of like I like dancing, but also like organizing stuff, and like that's where I get into like doing my own flyers and the graphic designs. And this is like when MySpace was really catching on, so it's like promoting on there and the marketing and events promotion and trying to get venues to say yes to me and all that stuff, and then flying people out. And then we had a check it, and I forgot the Chicago crew that came down. We had quite a few Chicago and Minnesota cats come out for the event, and they killed it. I had them come out a couple times, so I was doing a ton of events in St. Louis and Belleville, Illinois. And then when I moved to Denver, I continued that. And then when I went to school at the University of Colorado, Denver, it's like, if I make a club, I can use the student resources and get money to actually throw events. So I was throwing a ton of events on the Rary campus, and that's where I really got my sort of like knowledge of like how to do events and how to promote and
the power of networking.
Yeah, and then like sometimes I'd have to DJ my own event. So it's like I bought a whole DJ set up and MK1200 techniques, and started learning how to DJ and how to dig for records and everything. That's where I met DJ Vajra at the time. Now he's Chris Carnes. He's like one of the DMCs and everything. So
nice. He's homies with Honeycomb.
He DJ'd a ton of my stuff back in the day, and that's where we were hanging out and supporting him, making beats and DJing, and then really just like learning a lot of that along the way. So it's like, but I was still doing artwork too. It was like coming here to like going to school daytime and then organizing events, and then free time would be like, let me airbrush t-shirts.
But in the back of your head, you're going to school for business still this whole time, not art, but kind of the business of
but
art.
I use all that.
That's important though, dude. That's like half the battle, really, as an artist.
That's the toughest part for a lot of artists.
Yeah, it's like learn how to promote my own stuff, learn how to make my own flyers and contracts and all that good stuff, and then putting together shows. But it wasn't really anything serious. But it wasn't until I moved to Tanzania and came back that I was like, okay, yeah. So like I tried, like after graduating, I did my MBA, and then did a couple like years working in student life, and then did my MBA, and because I wanted to pay for it out of pocket, and then graduated, did like a short stint at an ad agency and hated it. At the same time, I was doing jujitsu, and I was going to Eastern Training Center, which was really fun. That was like the heyday of, I guess, MMA and mixed martial arts and stuff in Denver, because like there was so many people coming out of Denver.
There's a lot of people that train here for the Olympics.
I mean, there's still a lot of people that
we
train
had
now.
Gaethje on the podcast recently.
Yeah, Justin Gaethje was he's a fan favorite.
He's a legend, dude.
But yeah, it was like back in the day, it was like Shane Carwin, heavyweight. He's like who's out of here, and then Brendan Schwab, he's out of Boulder, and quite a few other ones would train at that Eastern Training Center. And it was the best time. I gotta actually go back and sign up again, because one of the sessions when I was rolling, I tore my LCL.
Ooh.
And that was like trying to choke someone out, and tore my LCL, not a complete tear, but I just had to stop for a while. And this is the same time I was trying to apply to do the military. I was trying to do officer candidate school for the Navy.
Wild.
And same time, so like had to, let the recruiters know, and threw out the application, and like I was like, I don't know what to do now, and then ended up getting this opportunity to volunteer in Tanzania, and that was like life-changing for me, because like
through the military stuff.
No. I had to throw out the military stuff, because
it's just totally separate.
It's totally separate, because like when I was doing that, because I quit the agency I was working, I was like a small one, and tried to, like I said, join the military, did the application, even did like the MEPS at the beginning, but then tore the LCL. And
which
then
could have been a saving grace kind of
it was like, okay, had to throw out the application, because it's like I couldn't ship out or didn't do anything after that. So it was one of those things where it's kind of like, okay,
liability at that point.
Yeah, and then I was like, okay, what do I do? And got this opportunity through a nonprofit to move to Tanzania for like 7 months, and was out there just like volunteering.
This is early 2000s.
This is 04.
Okay, 04.
I flew out December 31st, landed January 1st.
Good start to the year.
Yeah, it was like.
What were you doing out there?
It was like a nonprofit called Indigenous Education Foundation of Tanzania.
Cool.
And Peter Lewis, who volunteered there like 8 years prior, loved it. Opened up a school himself out there, because in Tanzania and most places in general, it's like the primary school is free, and then secondary school, like middle school, high school, all that stuff, you have to pay for. And it's like harder for a lot of people who are super traditional, they're just farmers, to pay for a lot of that stuff. And in the area that we were at, it was predominantly Maasai, so like they have big families too. So he founded a school where it's kind of like if he would get sponsors to pay for the school, for you to be there. So it was one of the things where it's like, if you can test into the school, you can come here. And it grew from pre-Form 1 to Form 6, I believe, which is like almost like post-high school. Okay. And then you do the national test to go to a university or something like that. So you grew all the different forms. I came there. I think they just put in Form 6 at the time. So I came to do their sponsorship and marketing stuff. And it's a small organization where it's kind of like, he's stateside. At the time, he was like all stateside. And he had volunteers teaching, so they would come from different countries. So most of them were like from the UK. Like Phil was from the UK. He was there for a while. Ellie was there. And then there was 3 other people that came when I came from the US. And I was there doing more so the organization side, where they were more teachers, volunteer teachers. So it was like almost really, technically it was just me from the organization working at the school on the actual campus. And
it's like the administrative stuff.
Yeah, more like the administrative, but like I was just doing the sponsorship stuff. So like nothing super administrative. It's just like, okay, let me make sure we have a website. Let me make sure we have marketing. Let me make sure I'm taking pictures and using this is like when Instagram just started. This is when, putting up a Facebook, making sure we have a LinkedIn, all that good stuff. Like,
cool. Like creating content for them.
Using my marketing degree to kind of like help them out.
The seeds of what you're doing now.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah, just like making them like people aware that they exist. So that was my big thing. And then I was doing entrepreneurship class because a lot of times when they take the test, it takes almost like a year to get the results back. But in between them, I think it's Form 6 or Form 5, when they take the national test, they're waiting for their results. A lot of times, they're not in technically school, so that they can do anything that they want. And we want the kids to be really active in terms of pursuing education, extracurricular activities, all this stuff. Just keeping them stimulated, because if you have time, you can get into trouble type of thing. Mm-hmm. So we did entrepreneurship class, and I was teaching that because that's one of the emphasis in my MBA was on entrepreneurship. So I was teaching them how to start, get an idea, and how to do product testing and marketing, and all this other stuff, how to raise funds, and how to do a business plan. So we did that out there, and that was really fun.
Did you create your own curriculum kind of?
Yeah. So created my own curriculum and everything. So
that's awesome.
Each week or each day we'd have a different lesson. And
Very
then
cool.
That was really great because kids would be able to have an idea and then figure out how to bring it to, fruition. And
that's
a lot
sweet.
of times, the kids, the hardest part is capital for a lot of the students is they know how to hustle and make a business. Sometimes just capital that they need. Mm-hmm. So at the end of it, we had a couple $100 for the students that won the business plan competition to actually start their business. And so it could be a lot of them at the beginning, the first class, a lot of them just wanted to sell chickens and goats because that's what they saw at the market. Yeah. And then it's getting into ideas of, okay, how do we change that up in terms of how do you do something that's outside of the realm of what you see every day? So one of the students was okay, a lot of the people that sell at the market have to travel, sometimes 5-10 miles to get there. And I was hey, why don't you meet them halfway, buy their stuff at a discount type of thing, and then sell it at the market. So it's all these different things where it's kind of okay, how can you create your own space where it's there's a need or
solve a problem. Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah, so it's a lot. So it's not so thinking of an idea that everyone is looking at. It's okay, how do I solve a problem when I sort of peel back layers? And that was, for me, one of the biggest things that they got out of it, and I got out of it too, is you just got to expose people to different environments and problems, and then they'll use that to other things, and then other things and other things. So we had one student do solar, selling these solar lights around town, because a lot of times when they have to study, a lot of times they'll burn the kerosene in the pots to kind of get the light, because there's no actual electricity in the domas where they're at. So they would have to use a fire. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you don't want to have a fire at nighttime because also it's you're breathing in some of those fumes. So solar.
Dangers.
So it's bringing in a little mini solar sort of company that resells solar to people, and ones that are lights that are affordable. So doing stuff like that was really, really interesting.
Yeah, it sounds rewarding.
Yeah, super
literally
rewarding.
Changing people's lives, with just critical thinking. And
it's teaching them a way of thinking.
But that is what I think for me, it's difference between here in the US and a lot of other places, critical thinking, creative problem solving. There's a huge difference. With that stuff, where it's kind of in the US, it's we're ultra creative when it comes to thinking of things. That's why a lot of entrepreneurs come here. Whereas if you go to a different country, it's sometimes that root memorization is huge when you're going to school. So you have to really focus on passing this test, because this test can lead to either you being a doctor or you being, a mechanic, or you just working at the local grocery store. So it's the root memorization is really big to make sure you do great on a test. Whereas here, it's you can do shitty on a test and you can still be, an entrepreneur. Half the entrepreneurs, flunked out of Harvard or some other school, or they just didn't go to school. They just started early.
And that's why
now they're hiring people that graduate.
So
Harvard.
the idea of creative thinking, critical thinking is really, really big out here. Whereas sometimes root memorization is not, and just regular science now. It seems like they're warring against that. But
common sense.
Yeah, common sense is like the U.S. needs more of that right now.
Well, I think drive has a lot to do with it too, and like ethic, work ethic too, because it's hard work, man. Like that's what you got to do, and you know it, I know it. Like you got to put in those hours at the beginning.
Yeah, so like having the kids who are great when it comes to the work ethic and just like the root memorization, they can remember a ton of stuff. They speak multiple languages, and it's like, okay, how do you just think differently? So it's like exposing them to different things, stimuluses, and making sure we make sure sports is always involved, not just football, soccer.
So it's just soccer, yeah.
That's what they love. But it's like, okay, let's figure out other sports that they can actually get into, so that they can think differently than everyone else.
Well, it's really just like acceptance too. Like learning other people's cultures is teaching tolerance. It's teaching acceptance. It's teaching all the things that we need.
Yeah. So like having them be exposed to stuff as I'm learning it as well, helped everyone kind of grow, and then like they're taking that knowledge to their family and they're spreading that to their siblings. So that was the idea of like the school is like, let's try to sort of like infuse as much stimulus and creative thinking and
practical knowledge,
practical stuff. Like we had Cyril who was from the Czech Republic. It's like he's speaking Czech to some of the kids, like he's teaching stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So all these different things where it's kind of like you're just sharing all these different things to the students and seeing like where they go with it, where it's just, like I said, like I would say we need more sometimes now, a lot more of that in the U.S. in terms of like just thinking differently and how you can sort of
challenging your own thoughts.
Yeah, challenge your own thoughts and get out there. So like I always implore people, like as early as you can, like if you can, like move and get your kids into different places and learn a new language and all these different things where you expose yourself to a ton of stuff.
Teacher.
Yeah. So it's kind of like you're not, trying to see everything as a nail because you only have a hammer.
Right. The tools.
So
that's good.
So like me, I got that around the way of just like having to move with my dad and mom everywhere. Yeah. So it's kind of like, I got that exposure of, there are different places that speak differently. So like, when things happen, it's like I always try to sort of like, I guess, peel back layers and understand like where people are coming from, regardless of like where they come from, and just try to understand and just like, because not everyone grew up like me. Not everyone grows up the same. So it's like I gotta understand that, and that's why I like to travel as much as I can and hopefully get back out there because I haven't been outside the U.S. in a couple of years. So I'm like itching to sort of like travel a little bit more coming up.
Yeah.
But I always advise people just like, if you can, get your kids outside of their normal. Cause always weird to me sometimes when people are like, I never moved outside my city or never traveled.
Yeah. That's like my whole family back in Canada. They just stay in the same little town, dude.
Yeah. I'm like, really? But that's like sometimes where it's like
safe and comfy.
Yeah. It's like, that's why you have some people who are just like, they do their living off of TV and pop culture, and it's like they have a skewed view of the world. And I'm like, if I had the best Indian food I ever had in Tanzania, man. And I'm like, really?
But like the spice room.
It's like you just don't know. Like when they colonized Tanzania, they brought over a lot of Indians from India to kind of do a lot of some of the work, and they stayed. So now it's like they speak all these local languages. They speak Swahili. They open up stores, and they also have still like their traditions, and they open up Indian restaurants, and it's like super good because like it's not far where we were from India, so it's like you're able to have like that authentic cuisine.
That's awesome.
Right there.
So there's a big Indian presence in Tanzania.
Yeah, huge. And then it's like a lot of South Asian, a lot of China's out there too, as they sort of do a lot more investment in the continent and everything. So like they're in multiple countries. And then when I went up to the UK, it's like I was in London when I did a residency in Launopole, France, and then Ryanair is like they're almost there
Spirit Air.
Yeah,
Ryanair.
If you have $1 and no bags, we can get you there.
I've been on one with propeller engines. Ryanair out in Europe somewhere. I was like,
yeah, if you have $1 in the dream, you can get. We'll take you anywhere.
A dream or a prayer.
A dream or a prayer, man.
You're gonna need a prayer too.
So I went up to London for like a trip, overnight type of thing. Stayed at a hostel, and like there's so many different people from everywhere around there.
Yeah, very multicultural.
Yeah, and I think London, UK has the biggest population of people of Indian descent outside of India.
Damn, I would have thought Toronto.
Yes. Yeah.
Because that's very Middle Eastern culture out there.
They have a lot of Caribbean too, so almost the same thing. Where it's kind of like you don't realize that until you go out there and you're like, oh shit, this is like a whole different environment than I thought. And then for me, it was like if you travel a lot and do that early on, it's easier to keep doing that.
Less scary.
Less scary. So like if I want to go back to Tanzania, it's like I know how to do it.
It's a long fucking flight, man.
It's because that one, I don't know if they have any direct flights from the U.S. to any African countries right now. I think they may have one for Lagos or Accra in Ghana, but for Tanzania, it's like you have to usually go over to like Munich or I think Amsterdam, and then go down if you're going from the U.S. Because it's like a day to actually get there. So it's a very long trip, but it's one of those things where it's like it's super enjoyable just to be in a whole new place where it's kind of like, oh, you got to figure things. I lost my phone the first night I was there.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Off to a good start.
I was about to argue with the taxi driver because it was like, he's asking me for a lot of money. And I'm like, this is a lot. And then he only wanted to take the 20s that I had, the US 20. I was like, wait a minute. Am I getting gypped?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. So I was arguing and I totally forgot I had left my phone in the car. And then I had to figure out how to get to the school from Arusha, where I was at, like in a hostel in Arusha.
Obviously, there's a language barrier.
Language barrier, but it's like it's one of those places where it's kind of like there's a lot of NGOs there, like nonprofits that work there. That's kind of like a lot of stuff is in English too. Where it's kind of like it's a good mix. And then I know it's like it's like you have local languages and then you have Swahili. I think they're trying to make Swahili like the official language of East Africa. But like everyone knows Swahili there. And then I think it's like English afterwards. But it's one of those places where it's kind of like, it was really, really fun to be at, just to explore with a bunch of other people that were also like new to the area and exploring. And, it's like going from one of the school I was at, and we were going to like a small primary school out in the desert area past the mountain. And, it's like we were taking this Jeep from one of the school Jeeps, and we were driving a dirt road. You have to have like a guy locating everything for you. Cause it's a dirt road that's like not well, set. Yeah. So it's like, you don't know where you're going.
You got to check the road before you drive over it. Yeah.
And the only guy that knows where it is, like he knows where this planet is up. It's like we ran across like a giraffe.
Did you really?
Yeah. It's just like a random giraffe. Just like, it's just like we stopped, it stopped, and then it just turns and bolts, and like 3 gallops later, it's like 100 yards away.
Wow.
And it's like just randomly there.
That just changes your brain just right there.
Yeah. You see that all the time.
He loves fucking giraffes so much.
That thing was so huge, but we were in the desert, so in that dry area, or I guess the dry area, technically not a desert, but it's like they're the only ones that can like reach the vegetation on top of trees. So like that's why they're there.
They don't have to migrate.
And then like the school that I was at, there was like a small little dam, like a body of water there. So we would always get families of elephants coming through. Like
that's awesome.
Like 35 elements out of nowhere just come through to the dam, drink, and just leave. Yeah, but they like, for a lot of the people that weren't from there, like myself, were like, oh, elephants. Oh, but this is amazing. And then, like,
what's the protocol?
It's like you just stay indoors type of thing. Whereas like the families are like, fuck, there's an elephant. There's gonna stomp my crops, and
right?
Like, so it's like there's a different relationship with wildlife out there too. Yeah. And then I think there was a jaguar or a leopard attack that happened with someone that was there. Shit, so that was like, oh shit, you got to watch out for that. So I'm walking, like, I got used to walking around with a little machete, man.
Did you?
Yeah, because like machete is like how you cut grass and like chop down trees,
bushwhack.
So like, you always have your little machete.
Unfortunately, with a cat, you probably won't have enough time to pull that machete out. You'll be getting digested before you can even reach for that motherfucker. So
that's the thing. It's like you just have a different perspective of a lot of stuff. So like walking to school is probably, 4 miles.
Wow.
Which was like enjoyable because you're always having to walk, and that's like, for me, it's like that small town. It's like you have to meet and greet people because you're walking beside them all day. And shikamo is like the term for like someone older than you. Like it would be like sir, sir. Yeah. So it's like shikamo. So like seeing the older ladies or like the ladies and you say shikamo, or the older guys and you say shikamo. It's like saying hello for older individuals. So I was like,
does that ever get offensive? So like, hey, shikamo, I'm not that old. Like, is there like,
could be, but it's like, you gotta
be real old.
Kind of like out here, it's like you don't do that at all. It's like there's towns are so big where it's kind of like you don't know your neighbors at all. Whereas out there, it's like, oh, you have to know people because you're gonna be walking and eating with them all the time and like going to the same store all the time. So it's like that small town. And I'm pretty sure like you may get that in like a really small town in the US.
I mean, I feel like Chicago, like Chicago's a real city, but people are friendly. And people they say good morning, they say hello.
Yeah.
They if you say something to someone that you don't know, that you're still will be greeted with kindness for the most part. There's some places that like aren't necessarily like that,
Miami, just it was like, man,
Miami,
cold.
Yeah. That's funny because that's actually the first time I met you. We flew on the airplane together.
Oh, really?
We were in line coming back from Art Basel, and I talked to your friend or something. We were in line. We were boarding the plane, and you're like, "Yeah, I'm Detour," and I looked you up, and I started following you. This must be like 6 years ago, 7.
Yeah, that was a while
I don't know.
Ago.
So I've just been
Miami, man. Yeah, because that was probably the last time I went to Miami.
Yeah,
Art Basel, because I went the first time I went, I forgot, and then the next year I went again, and then it was like almost sometimes it was like the same stuff at the shows. Yeah, and I was like, because I wasn't doing any artwork. I was doing the shows down there. I wasn't painting down there, but it just seemed like a madhouse.
It's crazy, dude. The cell phone, like the internet bandwidth, everyone's freaking out. It's a zoo, dude. Yeah. I got stuck on the bridge for like an hour and a half in an Uber, and I'd get out and I'd start walking. And I'd be like, see, I'm walking is faster. And then the Uber would catch up and I'd hop in. I'd be like, fuck, it was like losing my mind, dude.
It was,
Art Basel's
traffic nonstop. Like all those free shuttles get stuck.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and everybody's it's so pretentious, dude. Like it's like
we're doing Art Basel this year.
I'm going too, actually.
But it's like the place to be.
I know,
it's the place to be. But it's one of those things where it's kind of like, it's like you have to be in the know to know where you're going. Yeah. Like if you go there, it's like not knowing anything. It's like it's hard.
You're going to be broke and broken.
Broken and like enjoy type of thing. But if you know people, it's like you can get into like the good places.
Scope, Art Miami, all
those things where it's kind of, we have like a secret show happening, or we have secret walls happening, or we have this going down.
We went to a sick one where this rooftop party on the water, or this like mansion party, and it was glass blowers, and it was sick, dude.
Yeah, it's like a great place. But then like when I kept seeing like the same stuff, it was like one year there was an artist that did the sort of the mirrored box where it's like the infinity.
There's a lot of that going on.
And then the next year it's like 50 artists.
That's how it usually goes. There was the smoking paintings that would blow the smoke out the side of the frame, and then it was all that like visual, like digital art. And then it was
man! So it got to like the monkey see, monkey do type of thing. Where it's
like there's nothing that bothers me about the art world and just like society in general that is just like the sheeple shit.
There's trends that go. Like the ferrofluid. You remember the ferrofluid was all big one year. It's like the black liquid stuff. And
so like that was happening.
Bullet casing girl.
So then like everyone's trying to get noticed. So it's like you have.
So someone just sticks a banana with duct tape.
The banana
180.
Duct tape, all that stuff. So it was.
You should be banned.
It was a lot of that, but that's almost kind of like what it is.
Yeah.
Like, when you go there knowing that, it's like you're not mad at it because you expect it.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. So it's like when I go, it's like I expect that to happen type of thing. But it was one of the things where it's kind of like the next year I wanted to go. That's when the COVID stuff happened, and then it became, I guess, the NFT year. For like the next couple of years, it was just like
got caught up in that.
Monkeys on the wall.
Oh yeah,
Bored apes. So it was one of those things where it's kind of like everything was NFTs. And kind of like shifted a little bit, and then.
Have you ever partaked in NFT?
I did some stuff like with Rob. Rob got me onto some stuff.
Me too, with Rob.
It was like more experimenting with it and like the way I wanted to do it. So it's like I don't hate NFTs. It's just like how you do it.
Yeah, I've never done one. It's just because I don't understand.
I made one. It was a minute long, which a minute long NFT video is a little bit long, but it's and then I put it. Remember, you were going to buy it for $30. I tried to put it for $30,000 because it came with a token. But the guy from Brazil, you put periods instead of commas when you put prices. So it was like on the blockchain for $30, and you're like, I'm going to just buy this shit right now. I'm trying to convert cryptocurrency so I can change it. I was at your house stressing that day. I remember that.
Yeah, but that was the thing where it's kind of like doing the NFT stuff. So I did mine where it's kind of like the murals that I did. And this was like when I was learning 3D modeling to do the presentation for my airport piece. My NFT was like the artwork that I would do or the murals I would do on walls. I would basically like make a 3D model of the entire sort of building and like the scene around it and everything. So like you can get like
I did see that actually.
Yeah. So it's like you can get the whole thing. It was like
presentation.
Yeah, it was like different than what everyone else was doing. But then it's like just like trying to learn sometimes like the NFT world and like the crypto stuff and like because there was like platforms that would be up for one day and then gone the next, and then I think it was Nifty and then all these other ones I was trying to figure out. But slowly, like once things started to open back up, I kind of had less time for that and more time when it came to like, I have a ton of murals I have to work on outside. Because that was also when I was like doing a lot of stuff with, I don't know if you remember, Clubhouse. It's like a little chat app that everyone was on for a quick set. I had the largest. I was in a couple of those rooms with you. Man, I had the largest art group in there. I organized one called the Artist Lounge. It got, 50, I think 100,000 people at one point, and it was because I was like doing it almost like streaming, where it's kind of like I would just keep the room open and I would just be talking on there all day, and then hand it off to someone else, and then as soon as you know it, it's like people started following the account, and then it became like a whole thing with like the Artist Lounge, and we had quite a few people run it.
Conversations going on in there.
So what did you do? Like you just had a live stream all day with your day-to-day whatever you're doing?
It's just a little chat app. It's like you almost kind of like Twitter Spaces.
Was it video?
No.
Okay.
It's just like
text.
Just text. So you're like now I'm.
No, not even text. It was basically just like it's almost kind of like a walkie-talkie.
Oh, okay.
If you're like using your phone, and then you can open up a room. Like let's say, it's like almost like if you ever been on Reddit. You have all these subreddits with like hyper niche cultural stuff and subreddits. It's like you had your cultural thing where it's kind of like, I just want to talk about paintings, and you open up a room and all you're doing is just talking about different paintings. Or you can open up a room and talk about real estate. You can open up a room and just say, hey, I did the Artist Lounge, and all we did was just talk about art.
So you would suggest like, what do you guys think of this piece? And then people would just comment.
Or just like anything you want to. It's like, hey, this is the Artist Lounge. Then you would be like the person almost like hosting it.
Okay.
And like you would basically, what they had is like, I forgot this, I think they call it the stage, where it's kind of like everyone else is listening, but then you can invite people on stage to actually talk. So most people in the room are just listening.
Okay.
And then you can bring people up on stage to kind of talk. So it's like a panel discussion.
Going live.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Different format. I'm not really familiar with that.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
it got big.
something cool.
Big
It crashed
during-
out quick.
Oh, man.
Oh, it crashed?
Like almost as fast as it came. It was
Really?
which was really weird.
Yeah, it was like it caught on because of COVID. It's like everyone was just inside
that makes sense.
and just talking.
It was like
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's almost kind of like where a lot of the NFT stuff kind of started a little
It was
bit
around
with the
that.
craze,
Yeah.
and all the crypto stuff, because the running joke on like all the art rooms was, you're talking about so people would be like, okay, how did you do, what did you do for this mural? I was like, yeah, this is how you do a mural, or this is how you be a full-time artist. These are some suggestions, and bring people on stage. And then someone out of nowhere would be like, okay, what is NFT art? And then the whole room would change, because then it's like an hour-long discussion on like trying to like describe what is an NFT.
A non-functional
non-fungible token, where it's like it's unique, and
how do you say something that doesn't exist, never existed, and doesn't have tangible, isn't like what?
So then like,
and then there's tokens and utilities. Let's go.
Yeah, so that was like the running joke of a lot of the room.
Yeah, it changed like. I just got to the point where I saw that in the DMs. NFT, I just was ignoring it.
Yeah,
it was just too. It was like a plague.
Yeah, it was
hashtag NFT.
But that's like with anything. It's like when you have something that makes a lot of money, you just start to get everyone in there, and like every Tom, Dick, and Harry. It's like every Tom, Dick, and Harry that wants to make a buck, or is just interested, or doesn't know. It's just like they just want to know more about it.
It's like Labubu's right now.
Yeah,
they're going to be gone next week.
So many people in there.
Are they gone yet? They might be already gone. They're on their way out.
They're almost on their way out, because I just saw.
They didn't last as long as Beanie Babies.
I think it was 60-minute profile or something like that.
Oh, really?
Where it's kind of like the ecosystem of Labubu's, where it's kind of like you have people that will actually tattoo your Labubu.
Oh yeah.
And it's like people are making
my home
entire business.
custom clothes.
But I heard the CEO just lost, like the shares went down like billions of dollars. The CEO of Labubu.
Oh really?
Yeah, I just read something about that. So he's losing money, like, cause all the knockoffs now. Like, I'm sure, it's like
the knockoff.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're trying to. I guess the culture in many parts of Asia is the mystery box.
Yes.
And the mystery box is like.
They do that with a lot of collector items here too.
Yeah, they're like, because the mystery box is like, it's affordable, where it's like 10, 15, 30 bucks. And because the economy the way it is not as good, so it's like you want to get your excitement from somewhere. So
I'm going to make some of my own mystery boxes.
Yeah, the mystery box is like gambling in a way. Where it's kind of like,
or a lotto ticket.
Yeah, a lotto ticket where it's kind of like, it's like less. There's less stakes. You always leave with something, but like you can get this endorphin high.
Yeah, you can win big.
Yeah,
10 of those, you might have 8 of the same fucking character in that
exactly.
bitch.
It's almost kind of like back in the day, like in the 90s, when the toys, cereal boxes, toys at McDonald's, the whole Monopoly McDonald's game set, where it's kind of like, you're going to McDonald's to get
I'd rip those little stickers off, dude, and collect them on the hash browns.
That's what made me a vegetarian, dude. I fucking one of those Burger King games. It was like NCAA or some shit, and it was like you won a burger like every other time. So I just took a whole fucking like 150 stack of these motherfuckers, and me and the whole crew were eating burgers like a motherfucker. And I was like, holy shit, I can't I need to become a vegetarian, bro. This is crazy.
I was
like, the Burger King sweepstakes made you a vegetarian.
Meat, isn't that really meat? But that's like the ecosystem of Labubu's now. On Clubhouse, it kind of flamed out after a while when people started getting outside, and like once even like with Labubu, like in the NFTs, like when everyone finds out about it, and then you just had a flood of people in there, and then scams start.
People take advantage,
and because it's talking, it's like you don't have what's the word? Everyone's an authority in their realm, in their expertise.
Amateur professionals.
Yeah.
Every single one of them.
And like you get on there, and just because someone has a nice voice and like they can string words together, it's like you think they know real estate, or they know this and that, and you end up realizing at the end it's like, it's this dude just fucking talking.
Well, it's a unique perspective, and that could be it doesn't have to be necessarily rooted in education to be a unique perspective.
So it became like, okay, it's like actually people getting out there and actually doing stuff. So I mean, it's still around, but it's one of those things where it's like that was really big on during the COVID stuff. And then I haven't been to Basel since. And then my friend Luis, I just saw him. He's out of Miami. Yeah, he does some murals up here. I saw him the other day, and he said like the whole Wynwood environment changed. A lot of that stuff changed because before it was like almost the Wild West, paint on everything.
Especially in Wynwood too. Yeah. That was the spot where it was just like street parties and everywhere. Whatever. Yeah.
And he said because developers took a lot of that land, now it's like a sea of mid-rises. So now it's basically, they want
don't spray paint my
an
building.
Artist, and they're gonna keep that mural for 10 years or 20 years or forever. They don't want you to paint over it.
They want to be there for the culture, but by them being there, they're destroying the culture that they want to be there to witness.
Yeah, so like all those empty warehouses or warehouses that you could paint on are gone.
Yeah, it's rotten.
Smaller spaces, so less in between. So now it's not really like the space that you like at all. It's something different. I think they're trying to do something in Little Havana. I thought the artist Didi was telling me they're trying to like recreate a little bit of that Art Basel feel.
The old school.
But try to control it more so it doesn't sort of get too crazy. So that was really interesting just to learn more about that. And that's like everywhere where there is like an art scene where it's like warehouses, cheat space, artists make it really cool, and then developers come.
Everywhere, dude. Detroit,
just like
everything.
Rhino, just like what's happening in Rhino.
Rhino. There you go.
So that's the model that I guess happens, but artists are trying to like figure out how to go around that by buying some of the spaces and everything. But it's so it's so difficult to do that.
How do you like decipher and like ethically pick who you work with, or like is there any like boundaries or like guidelines to like what jobs you take or like who you work with or whatever as far as like applying your art to a business or etc.?
I'd say, I mean, usually it's people that I know and I'm around that I work with, or I'll take on our jobs, because a lot of the jobs that I do get are from people that follow me or word of mouth. So it's not really, I just get something out of nowhere that's like, it sort of, now I have to think about the ethics about it type of thing. There hasn't been too much of that. I mean, my largest project was, or in terms of just like a mural or painting, was for a pharmaceutical. Well, technically, it was the agency that worked for a pharmaceutical company.
Okay, so you're getting into some gray area there for sure.
Yeah, so it's like a slippery area, but it was like I guess a drug that helped people who has like a sort of a digestive or bowel sort of issue type of thing. So it was like, okay, I guess that's fine type of thing. So I was like,
until they recall it. And your face is on it. Yeah, that's that Detour product.
But it was one of those things where it's kind of like I never saw the artwork that I did used anywhere.
Interesting.
Because
you
like
just got the check and just.
It was one of those things where it's kind of like it was. I guess it was for a magazine or a newspaper or something like that. I guess it was more print than anything, and they were actually using the artwork to layer on more stuff on top of it type of. But it was one of those things where it's kind of like it was work that you would never recognize would be mine anyway.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Because that check was huge, man. That was
really
that
check turn it down.
Huh? That check was nice.
Big pharma money.
Yeah, big pharma money, man. It was crazy because like it was through an agency, which is like most times like how that stuff works. It's like I'm not really working for Netflix or Amazon. It's like usually it's all through an agency. Yeah, it's always the middleman.
You still work like that?
I mean, that's how it always is in terms of like
I don't have an agency.
No, I'm trying to, because like I'm trying to figure out with these NDAs that I signed. It's one of those things where it's kind of like, even with this current project with like a major, I guess, sports league, they get an agency to go through to actually do all the actual, I guess, campaign tasks, where it's kind of like getting artists to do X, Y, and Z.
They have the visual vision.
Yeah. Whereas like if I work for an actual sports team like the Broncos or the Nuggets, it's actually with the Broncos and Nuggets, and that through an agency.
Okay.
Whereas like if it's with, the actual NFL or the NBA, it'll be through an agency most likely. So
like we did that Major League Baseball project that was
that was
when the All-Star game was here. That was that was a lot of fun. That was crazy, but there's tons of rules and guidelines with that stuff too.
Yeah.
Like that was
that's
wild,
a lot.
You know?
I mean, it's like it's where like when you get into that stuff, you see how the sausage is being made and where the money is going, how the money is flowing, and how they make money is by not giving you a lot of money. Right. So it's one of those things where it's kind of like, the biggest projects that I've done or the biggest brands are the ones that pay the least. Which is
the whole
great.
Exposure thing.
So like my Netflix one was great. I didn't get paid much on that one, but it's like it got me a ton of projects from it.
What did you do for Netflix?
That was with David Letterman's, I forgot the talk show name, but my next guest is, or
something like that new one.
So they have different artists do different episodes. So mine was the Jay-Z episode.
Sick.
So
no way.
Painted David Letterman and Jay-Z. I painted them while I was in a residency in France too.
Cool.
It was like an email out of nowhere.
That's so cool.
I thought it was spam. I had to delete that email so fast. And I was like, let me open this up and read it. And because usually I get a lot of spam, so it's one of those things where it's kind of like I have to read a lot of this stuff, make sure it's not just like cookie cutter language. And I emailed them back and said, hey, let me know more about this. And they were like, hey, we have this project. We need you to paint this and record yourself so we can use it on the episode. As like the intro and everything, and
that's so cool.
I feel like I watched that. I can't believe I didn't see that.
I've seen that show, but I'm gonna now definitely watch the Jay-Z one.
Yeah, I don't know what they did with a lot of the stuff. Where I got to keep the original painting.
Oh, you got the original?
They just needed me like painting it, and then like video me painting it, and then the actual digital image of it to do for other stuff and promote and everything.
Should sell that motherfucker to Jay-Z, my dad.
It's like I had it up, the original paintings up at Metal Art Kitchen when Casey had it open. This was like a restaurant on 27th and Larimer, and a few friends bought those pieces, which was really cool. But it was like these big brands, they don't pay really much of anything.
Well, you said, did you sign like a copyright release with that or something? So they have, or so like a licensing agreement?
It's like a lot of times those copyrights are like licensing the work so that they can use it for whatever they need to.
Okay. Mostly so you just give them like an unlimited license, they can use whatever.
Almost kind of like that. Yeah. They're all different. It's kind of like,
I'm surprised they just didn't want to say, okay, we're going to own the copyright of this because, we're a TV show.
Yeah, I mean, like they own like the copyright in terms of like.
So you release the copyright to them.
Yeah. So like signing over like the copyrights for them to use for
anything they want.
Well, no, not anything. They can't make T-shirts or whatever sometimes. So it's like learning when you're doing a lot of that stuff. Is like you learn. Okay, if I sign over the copyrights, like what is it going to be used for? Is it just for the episode, or are they going to like make T-shirts out of it, mugs out of it?
So that'd be something. If they're selling merchandise, you should definitely get a cut of that.
But it's like,
we should
take a break for.
Maybe we take after this thought, but maybe we'll take a 5-minute break because I got to pee anyways, and then this is hailing outside here. So
welcome to Colorado, baby.
Want to smoke what I'm smoking on? Well, we're going to be sampling WNC CBD's top shelf THCA flower live here on the podcast. Real results, real reviews, real stoned. New flavors hit every week, and the flower is straight up premium. I'm telling you. No dispensary markups, no dry herb, no nonsense. Go to WNCCBD.com and use code STASH25 for 25% off your order. Look at those nugs.
But it's one of those things where it's kind of like getting into this. It's like you learn more about the copyrights and like what you're going to sign over.
That's very important stuff.
Because you don't want to get like, technology changes so fast today that your work can be used for a lot of stuff.
Right.
But also at the same time, it's like I'm not so stuck on, I gotta own the rights to everything because I'm not using everything.
Mm-hmm.
And also too, it's like, okay, I'm not mad if they use it for a lot of stuff because
it's just getting your name out.
But it's your intellectual property,
Yeah.
and so like if someone else is using it and profiting off of it, then
it's like as long as they're like using it for its intended purposes, promoting some stuff is like cool.
And that's why having that paperwork is important too.
Yeah, and then now it's really great because like with ChatGPT, I use a lot for a lot.
Oh, he loves chat.
Yeah, man.
He loves chat. I love chat, bro. I love chat.
Well, it's like with contracts, man. When I had to sign or do a purchase agreement and all this other stuff for real estate stuff on that retail condo space, it was like,
be careful if you're having chat as your lawyer to read documents. It can translate things good, lawyer talk, and give it kind of easy to read, understand, but be careful.
It's more like a good direction.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, who is responsible for X, Y, and Z? It will tell you, okay, read this part of the contract, and then you go there.
It's a good tool.
So it's like a tool to where it's like you don't replace your lawyer because I had like a.
Oh, you can't. No, you'd be dumb.
So it's like more so where it's kind of like you use it to prepare yourself to know where to go.
Yeah.
So like using it to where it's kind of like
who knows where it's going to go.
Because I have someone leasing my space, so it's like, okay, I need to make sure who's responsible for this and this between myself and the actual HOA, and then I have to know who's responsible. How can I make this, responsible by the leasee or the leaser or the leasee? Okay, what in this contract do I need to work on, or how do I make a contract to sort of help me explain that to this individual renting my space? All these different things, and then
check a lawyer,
and then that's what I sent to the lawyer. And
saves you so much time and money to do a little of the prep work.
Because if I go there empty-handed, hey, I want to make a leasing contract.
It's $400 an hour, baby.
Where it's like I want to make one, and I don't have anything right now, or I have something that's like I just put together. It's like
you have some framework.
It's like I want to go there with a framework where it's kind of like, hey, this is everything that I have, and this is my intentions on X, Y, and Z in this paragraph, this paragraph, this paragraph. Can you read it over and let me know, is this a strong contract or whatever? And if so, what do I need to change? Can you change it? Can you work on it for me and make it right? So like she went in there and said, hey, this is what you need to change on this, or this is totally illegal type of thing. Because you can't just kick them out everything. This is what you need to change. So it was like almost probably it went from, something that she had to work on for 15 hours to 3 hours.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of like that is what a lot of artists, I'd suggest use it for to help you out.
Are you listening, Vince? ChatGPT is not the devil, okay?
No. But that's a perfect use of it. You're not going to put your artwork into this AI bullshit and have them paint a painting for you.
No.
You'll build a robot that will make your art for you.
Like even with that, it's like I'll use some of these models to where it's kind of like, because I do a lot of interactive work.
Yeah, I was telling him, I was like, Wallace and Gromit. It's like he's.
Oh
he's
yeah,
like
I want to hear about that.
Collaborate. My name is Tim Bieber. I represent the 7-Up brand. We're following your channel for a long time. See, it's like these collaboration proposal number 1087. It's like they send me these emails and I'm like, what?
It's just like a robot farm.
I'm like, are they just going through hitting up every artist?
Yeah, I get a lot of shit like that too.
Because it's like, but then sometimes like I have to read it because sometimes like it's actual real. Yeah. And they're like they follow me or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
I always do a little investigating. I'll even like figure out where their company's based or what they're saying, and I'll kind of like see if anyone else has done work with them or whatever.
I'm like 7-Up brand. Like I haven't drank 7-Up in since the 90s.
See, I mean that's like the ethical thing that I was saying though too. If fucking soda, Coca-Cola came to you and wanted to do some shit. Yeah, that's a bag. But it's like, dude, especially in the fucking black community, do we want to be perpetuating drinking soda and shit?
Because I don't do. Well, it's like I don't do a lot of like beer or alcoholic brands because I don't drink.
Right.
So it's like I can't.
You don't smoke weed either, right?
I don't smoke weed, so it's like I can't really do a collaboration. Well, it's kind of like I can't really. Yeah, this is the best, and I'm like, I don't drink, I don't smoke, so it's kind of like I don't do that at all.
See, that's.
And then it's kind of like I don't. It's not something that I suggest for people, so I don't do it anyway. Which is like because like sometimes I have a problem when I see like Steph Curry doing like a Subway commercial.
Right.
And it's like,
that's
you
filth.
really
you
eat
know that
Subway?
Shit. And you do need that check?
Yeah, it's like
bro, do you need that check, my guy?
I was like, what?
Like,
you would never.
Why don't
that.
You do like a vegan thing or something,
Brady
or something
would
that's
never
heady? You know what I'm saying?
Why are they Tom Brady's like I think vegan too? Yeah, I don't think he eats meat. So like, why would you be promoting something like that?
That's why the ethical shit is really interesting to me because like I feel like I'm almost cutting off one of my hands with this shit. Sometimes,
I mean, like there's so many brands that have money that would be like, hey, we would love to give you a check just to do X, Y, and Z.
Right.
I've gotten alcoholic brands and beer brands, and because they pay a lot,
right?
But I don't really work with them. Beverage brand or the drink brand that I do a lot with is Red Bull. Because I've worked with them almost like 15 years.
Really?
And 15 years, and I know a lot of the people in there because they followed my work since like. I actually started doing stuff full time, even before full time.
How long have you been doing art full time?
Past 10 years.
Oh shit!
So like when I moved here in 08 or 06, I was working with a friend who was also dancing, but put out a clothing brand called The Grow Project, and he was best friends with Christine, who was working at still worked at Red Bull, and I would work with them because he knew I did artwork. So he would have me do artwork. For some of their stuff and activations, and that's how I get to meet a lot of Red Bull people. And basically it's kind of like growing like the people that are running around, especially back in the days with like the Red Bull can on their back, are now like running some of the stuff. And that's why it's like when I have a project or something, it's like I need some extra funding, I'll just hit up Red Bull and be like, hey, I have this project. I would love for you to put some cash or sponsor it or whatever. And they're always cool about it.
That's awesome.
And
it's a great hookup.
That's one of my vices right there, the Red Bull.
Homie gave me 15 cases.
But it's one of those things where it's kind of like I work with them. So it's like I'm fine with like doing promotions and stuff like that. It'd be like if a brand that I didn't know comes up to me, then it's kind of like a little bit where it's kind of like there's no way I can sort of like
justify that.
It's like if Monster Energy drink comes, fuck
like,
off, dude.
Wouldn't say promote it, but just like be a spokesperson or something like that, where it's kind of like I never use it, so I
couldn't authentically represent.
Yeah, like if Prius came to me and said, "Hey, we would love for you to do something," I'd be like, "Great," because I drive like the past.
Can you make a pickup
20
truck
years
so I
I had
can
a Prius.
fucking paint in this motherfucker?
Yeah. One of the brands, they didn't hit me back once I said yes, but Slate. It's like a new car or truck brand.
Okay, not familiar.
It's one that's like it's supposed to be like the cheapest.
Is it Toyota?
No. It's like one of the most
There's this
$10,000
truck that they won't let in America, but all these other countries have it. I think
yeah.
Toyota is putting it out.
But yeah, there's like an electric truck that they're making that's like starts at 20 G's.
Oh wow!
And it's like a pickup truck, and it's electric. And they hit me up about doing work on there. Work on like one of the because it's supposed to be customizable. That's the idea. Is like it's bare bones
and stuff.
It's like bare bones, and then like you can replace the panels and stuff with.
They're probably using AI to do it.
Well, it was one of those things where it's kind of like, hey, but I've been following them for a while, and I've been really interested. Yeah, it's like I've been really interested in like because I'm always interested in like the electrification of a lot of stuff, especially like automobiles and everything. Because I want to try to do as much stuff like electric as possible to get away from gas stuff.
You think that's the more sustainable future?
It's weird because like it's not always where it's like for me it would be like a bike, like one of those I wouldn't say bikes.
With all the lithium batteries and the cobalt and all of that, it's like which one, dude?
Destroying Africa for that shit.
Where it's like the weird thing was kind of like looking at electric cars, you start to see China where they have the graveyards of all the batteries. And
what do they do with them?
And just like the cars, because they're overproducing too. So it's one of those things where it's kind of like, I don't know if there's like there's no perfect way.
It's just like the nuclear power.
Yeah.
Like, you know, once all that water is irradiated, they're just storing it.
Yeah.
You know, they don't know what the fuck to do with it.
Yeah. So it's like there's no I guess perfect answer. But it's one of those things where it's kind of like the electrification of some stuff has always been interesting to me, especially when it comes to how to power artwork.
Yeah.
It's like
that's like some of the shit that I don't know how you have fucking time for this shit, man.
Yeah, it's like how, because so it's like how do I? Because I've always been like solar. It's like how do I have something in the middle of nowhere where it's like it doesn't need like an outlet to it.
Yeah.
So that's how I started getting into like the cars and the batteries and stuff, and then it went into I bought a cargo trailer and turned it into like a mobile gallery, and that happened a year or two ago when I did it, and I learn more about solar so it can run off of solar. But it's one of the things too, like learning about batteries, like not all batteries are the same. And man, I bought a battery from Amazon. This motherfucker felt like 150 pounds, fucking dense. But then I guess I got the wrong battery. The battery I was supposed to get was probably like maybe 50 pounds, but it's just like a different battery. But it provided like the same amount of power. So I was just learning about all that stuff.
The power storage and how power retention though is also like a big thing when it comes to the electrical stuff. Like how much power can it store for how long?
Yeah.
You know?
So learning about, and then like even now it's the cars, like learning like the colder it is, the less it can store or the less it can like
which
actually
affects us
run.
a lot here.
Yeah. So like I guess in Canada they were trying to figure out Teslas.
What? And they were testing out?
They're figuring out Teslas in Canada where it's kind of like where it's like when you get really cold. Because like I guess that's a big issue. It's like during the wintertime.
That's why I moved, because it got below 30 degrees Celsius for 90 days one winter. So 3 months it hit below 30 negative, which is like you get frostbite instantly. Your back, my back just tenses up even thinking about it. But
that's the most interesting part, man. But I was into that for a while. But it was more about how do I power a lot of the work that I do that I want it to be sort of like, I want things to move on it. I want it to be dynamic, but how do I sort of provide power to it without having an electrical outlet? And
have you ever tried like perpetual stuff? Like where, you have like I've seen like a lot of perpetual motion where you get it going and it just goes.
Yeah,
like
I mean, I haven't tried
rubber bands or springs.
Nothing like that at the moment. The only thing I've done where it's kind of like you have to actually move it yourself is this sort of this treadmill canvas that I had. One of the versions was
that's what I wanted to talk about, your wacky inventions and shit like that.
The treadmill canvas. I did one for
and that bitch that bit that shit too.
What?
Fuck that shit. Yo, call that bitch out.
What?
Man, call that shit out, man.
It was one of the models that I did for the treadmill canvas that I did. It was like hand cranked. So it's like all you had to do is just crank it and like it would turn the canvas.
Oh, really?
And it was like almost like if you turn the treadmill right side up.
Yeah.
And put a revolving canvas. Yeah.
And that's what I did for a little bit. So, but it was more about learning how to build like a little treadmill canvas. So that was taking a while to learn, and then like, okay, how do I sort of make it motorized?
Practical.
Practical type of thing. So I did that. And I was doing that for almost 3 years, like just working on stuff like that for a while.
Just nutty professor shit.
So just be constantly going, changing the image, hung on the wall.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Even if it's like, okay, how do I just have a blank canvas on there, and then me painting on it? What does that look like? So one of the canvases I had just running, and I would just paint it.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so it's like, okay, now you have boundaries on the side, but from going up and down, it's like there's no boundaries. So like there's no sort of like there's no way it's like you can stop a painting. It's like, okay, how do I continue this on?
Yeah, that is so cool.
It's almost like safer. You don't have to deal with a ladder or a chair or a fucking stool or what I'm saying? It's just like there's practical applications, even though it is.
So did it ever stop, or was it moving while you were painting?
Like you can,
or you had to make a detail move?
No, you can keep it moving.
But you're like moving with it.
Yeah. So like, okay, I can't stay in this area for a long time.
Wow.
I have to kind of move
This
with
like
it.
performance.
Yeah, it's like ADD artist extraordinaire.
Yeah. So I mean, like I was trying to learn like how do I do this without, because when you do that, it's like how do you create a canvas and then sort of stitch it to itself to where it's like super even, where it won't veer off to one side. So that was a big problem I had to figure out. Yeah, all that stuff. And then like the motors on it, and then learning how to work with that stuff, learning how to make like a little controller box to kind of control everything, where it's like on, off, reverse, all that stuff. And that's what I programmed all that stuff.
That's cool.
This is like before all the AI stuff came out.
What is your motivation for this?
It was just weird shit.
Right, like just for the
Just
shit of
weird.
Yeah,
It's
just
like-
That's why I say like you're like Wallace and Gromit with this shit, because Wallace and Gromit, his shit was all just extra as fuck, and there was no real reason for a lot of it.
reason for a lot of that stuff, man. I just do it because.
Do y'all mind if I do a dab?
Oh, you're fine.
Do you smoke at all?
No.
Oh.
No, you can do it.
Okay. You sure?
Yeah, we were talking about that when we were in the bathroom. He doesn't drink or smoke.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, hey, I don't drink either, man.
That's how I got so much time.
Yeah, seriously.
But that's like just all weird shit where it's kind of like, let me just figure out how to make this thing happen.
Yeah.
But that's one of the things where it's kind of like, hey, rather than plugging this into a wall, how do I have it to where, I have solar on it, and where it's like, maybe it's 3 minutes out the day, it turns.
Yeah.
Or like maybe it slowly turns out throughout the day.
Harnesses the motion of the earth to.
Yeah, all that. Where it's like just crazy stuff like that, where I just want to think of something, but it's like all that stuff just takes time in terms of like, oh, I have to learn how to 3D model and build my own tools to actually
I can
put
only
everything
imagine
together.
the shit that goes into just
Yeah.
like even beginning the idea.
The programming part was the hardest part. It's like, okay, I need certain circuit boards and I need to learn how to program it to do what I need to.
Right.
And
when you say that, the art reader that translates the music, like that,
yeah. So like
that's fucking crazy.
So I wanted to throw that on. It's like a little pen that reads color. It could tell you what color you're putting this little chip on, and then programming that to be Bluetooth so that it can talk to the computer, so that it can talk to the program Ableton or any GarageBand or any other music program to say, hey, when you see this color, play this sound or play this tone, whatever. So stuff like that is like stuff I wanted to actually, just put together.
Did you pick which color corresponds with which sound, or was it like a formula?
No, it's like I can do anything. So I can say, hey, this red, you know what? I want to play this sound. I want it to play this sound. I wanted to play this tone or whatever.
Rock and roll or jazz or fucking whatever.
You can do anything.
Yeah.
And if you know some of the music programs, you can easily just MIDI map it to anything that you want. Basically, it's a MIDI controller. So anyone
That's
who does
interesting.
music, anyone who does video, you can program to do anything. Even if like, hey, when you see red, I want you to trigger this motor to turn 10 times. So you can do anything.
Wow.
With that stuff.
I love collaboration. In my heart, I think that like you should get like some artist or something like that, or a DJ or some to make a song that would paint a painting, like in the like. I think that would be super crazy.
So I mean, like it's one of the things where it's kind of like just thinking of or just doing that stuff and completing it opens me up to a lot of stuff and a lot of ideas. But again, it's like one of those things where it's kind of like you just gotta have time to like sit there and actually execute on
Here, I'll do it right now. Hey, chat, paint me a picture to this song.
You're the enemy. Stop that.
But that's the thing, man.
No, but there's an easy way to do it. Like you could be fucking a lazy piece of shit and do that.
What?
Like you don't.
What?
I'm just saying, it's an option. But that's what I love. What you do, man. It's like you could do it a bunch of different ways where it's like lazy and ridiculous and still have a similar outcome. But you put all this input into it and energy and thought into it into these just crazy ideas that are just for the shit of it.
It's like with a lot of the AI stuff these days, it's like it makes a lot of that stuff so much easier for artists to get into it, which in turn hurts them, because like a lot of the stuff that I rely on are like those days where it's kind of like I just can't figure out this programming, or I can't figure out how do I create this piece for this treadmill canvas. And it's like I'm racking my brain trying to figure it out, going through those emotions and trying to problem solve. Whereas nowadays, sometimes it's easy to do that. But these artists are who will use sometimes a lot of the AI stuff to almost do shortcuts.
Yeah,
get hurt in the end.
They become too reliant on it.
Yeah,
it's too reliant.
And you don't have those skill sets to kind of like figure things out.
That's how all of society is kind of becoming, dude. Like the more like 6 months ago, I wasn't using chat as much as I am now. And then a year ago, barely ever. And then it's like every day you find a new way to use it. And then when the power goes out and I can't like say, hey, translate this for me.
Boil noodles?
Yeah.
It's
Chat, help me.
It's one of those things where it's kind of like, okay, if I need to figure something out, it's like, what do I do? Usually it's like now it's like you can just easily, like I said, go to chat.
Yeah.
But then it's kind of like, okay, what books can I go to, or who's the best author? Or, it's like learning how to do research is a lost art form sometimes now.
Totally.
It seems, where it's kind of like you have to know how to do research and figure things out and problem solve on your own versus having
critical thinking, man.
It's how you program your mind to like do things in the future.
Yeah, so that's even like with the programming like I was doing before, it's like I guess it's called vibe coding. It's like saying to ChatGPT or one of these models, hey, I want to make an app, and it just like spits it out for you. Whereas before it's like you actually had to know coding, and you had to know, okay, this program library works with this one, or this is why it's broken. So learning that for me helps out so much to where it's kind of like, even if I do use something like a chat to kind of help me out a little bit, it's like, and things break, it's like I know exactly what's wrong with it and how to fix it, versus a lot of people today, it's like they don't know what they're doing.
No.
And they just create something, they throw it out there. When it breaks, they just don't know how to put it back together.
Or pay someone else to do it.
Yeah, there's so many security problems with a lot of these apps coming out today because people don't know how to do security and encryption on these apps because they're just using ChatGPT to code everything.
Well,
a lot of holes in it.
The AI can decode the shit that they coded too very easily. So it's like the coding whole thing is becoming very problematic.
But it's also scammers too. Like that's what I deal with my website. Like I have to get new plugins to protect me like every month. And it's an extra, $59.99 for this so I don't get spammed by this company or whatever. It's like,
oh man. It's
never ending.
Ecosystem. Yeah, it just never ends. So, it's I'd say it's easier, but it's like a lot harder these days to become like a full-time artist. It's like, but you can find your niche in there.
Yeah.
In different ways.
I think the social media, especially for younger artists, I think it's really difficult to have so many different influences influencing you.
Oh yeah.
So constantly. You almost have to purposely block it out.
You're stimulated so much about what looks good and what to think that you don't even find yourself.
Well, not everyone wants to do a labubu.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just not everyone. That's not everyone's creative process.
Yeah.
It's like, that's not, so it's like, let the labubu do the labubu shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine. Yeah.
But people think that's what they're supposed to do.
Did you say ladudu? Second time you said ladudu.
That's ladudu. That's the ladudu for shoodu.
Man. But I mean, it's sort of like was it not Teletubbies? It was
Beanie Babies.
Beanie Babies.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a million things about it.
Did you see the documentary about that guy? That was a good documentary.
Yeah, the Beanie Babies.
Or it was like a movie about the guy, and he was such a snake.
So interesting.
He put the little girl designed it. He's like, I'm putting my name on it. It was this whole.
Same as it ever was.
Yeah.
Wasn't he didn't his wife work with him as well? And it was like
left him or there's some.
Yeah,
it was a good.
There's a few documentaries where it's kind of like the behind the scenes.
The rise to the top, like the WeWork one. Have you seen WeWork?
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
It's like the rise to the top, then the fall.
The Tetris one is very interesting.
I haven't seen Tetris.
That's crazy.
Is it?
It's all about, because it's all from Russia.
Really?
In the old USSR shit, and so there's no intellectual property there, and so the government technically owns Tetris.
Really?
I've seen that. I'm gonna watch that.
Yeah, you should look into that one. That's a wild one. That one's very interesting. And
I gotta
as an American artist, It's like, wow, like, I'm grateful I'm fucking in
I
America.
gotta watch it. 'Cause I'm interested to see how Tetris actually came about.
It's a trip, bro.
All these little cultural icons. There's one that I want to watch. It's about the Trapper Keepers. Like when we were in school,
Lisa Frank
and the Lisa Frank. That's who it was. Lisa Frank. It was.
She's a wild one.
It was her and her husband, and it was like almost kind of like ripping off so many other artists, and then they would like recruit other artists to like do like these pieces of work that were like super like in terms of like stylized. And
they'd make knockoffs of other artists.
It was almost kind of like they would
reproductions.
Also, no, not really. It's like they would have other artists just like crank out the work.
They had art farms. It was
art
like
farms.
It's
like these because like even
kind of like a brainwashed.
Brainwashed type of thing. But it's like it was basically you think Lisa Frank is like this. Oh, this artist is doing a ton of stuff.
One lady just cranking out all this badass shit.
No, it's like a husband-wife couple that had like a little industry going on and like
a little sweatshop or painters.
Yeah. I only found out because I guess the company. I saw a post someone did. It's like another artist who has like colorful work. It's like all the colors that you would see on a Lisa Frank Trapper Keeper. And she was working with a hotel and got, I guess, evicted or kicked out the hotel or condo space that she was at. And then a month later, Lisa Frank is like doing a collaboration sort of piece with them. And she went on like a sort of like this sort of 20-minute rant about that. And I was like, shit, I didn't know Lisa Frank is like this.
A bloodsucker.
Yeah. Same thing with, I think it's LaRue. It's like a clothing company, but they were stealing all their stuff from other individuals.
Really?
And it was like
that
all
happens
these
way more than you think.
Yeah. So like all that stuff was like when you start figuring out like the Beanie Babies and the Monopoly stuff, or the Monopoly stuff was like the people that printed it. There's the guy that stole, or I guess
Monopoly the game.
Yeah.
I just bought one like 2 days ago. Just because I need one for the fam.
It was the McDonald's one.
Oh, the Monopoly game. Okay, yeah.
Like a huge scam.
Yeah,
it was like
was it? I'd always win free hash browns with that.
Yeah, it was.
You never won the boat though, or the Corvette.
Never won the big prize, $1 million prize, but it was like
that's like the Pepsi jet thing too. Have you seen that? When he wins the jet, you collect enough points, and he's like, "Okay, I want the fighter jet."
He won that loss.
Oh yeah, he took it to.
They owed that nigga a jet too.
Yeah,
he won that lawsuit.
Did he actually get the jet? I think I saw the thing. I think there was like a Pepsi documentary.
He did win the fucking lawsuit though, I think.
Yeah.
All those little things are just marketing firms and just like people saying, hey, we can do this prize where people think they're going to win psychologically, but like it's almost impossible.
You're going to get diabetes. That's it.
Yeah.
Your prize, diabetes.
You're feeding the system.
You're never going to make it out. But yeah.
Have you seen these counterfeit painters that like go and hunt for like antique paper and they'll like do new works in the styles of other old dead artists and be like, oh, we found a work that no one's seen yet.
It's a Chinese art form. That's like
I saw there's these two guys that are the best. That's interesting.
They had I read it, I forgot the article. It was all about the different mindset in Western Asia, where copying isn't seen as the same as
it's literally like being a master.
Or East Asia,
like if you can paint like Rembrandt, you're fucking Rembrandt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's like
you sign Rembrandt. If you can paint like him, you sign.
No, they sign like him too.
Yeah.
You know,
or like in East Asia, it's like the idea of copying something is different than Western ideas.
Yes, the intellectual.
Is it more like flattery?
Because it like in like Western countries, the idea of individualism is really big. So it's like mine, copyright, all this stuff. The idea of capitalism, where it's kind of like, you know, one of the tenets is like for copyright is like, if people are copying me, then I won't have incentive to do it. Therefore, the economy is going to go down, or, you know, we can't make money, or I can't make money, and then innovation goes down. So like copyrights are big here, whereas in Asia, a lot of places, kind of like the copying is just copying. It's like you're making another original in a way, because it came out when the terracotta soldiers that they discovered underground, which is like the soldiers.
Yeah, those are
soldiers. Yeah. They were.
Didn't someone just fall in and start smashing a bunch of them? Someone went in and started breaking. There was just an article about those.
Yeah, even with the terracotta soldiers, like I was reading or like doing a YouTube video on like how they were kind of made, like different stations that they would be put in and everything. Trying to make a whole army.
There's so many of them.
Yeah, so many. And then when they were sending them out after being discovered, I think it was somewhere in Europe. They were like, oh, this is a reproduction. It's not the real thing. So there was a whole scandal in terms of, I guess, the expectations versus like what assumptions and things like that, where it's like, oh, this is the real thing. It's a copy of it. They're like, no, this is not the actual original. Whereas like those two concepts conflict. So I can see like in China where it's like you can see there are people who will train to paint just like a Rembrandt or a Picasso or Gerhard Richter and all these individuals where it's kind of like this is the thing, and like it's not a bad thing to actually do.
And that terracotta,
is that matter if the artist is living or dead, that they are?
No, they don't care.
No.
Okay.
That's why it's kind of like it's like you can see a lot of knockoffs out there because it's not like a thing where it's kind of like a bad.
And they don't.
I would say bad.
Yeah, they don't look at it like they wouldn't call it.
Are they? Would you call them exact replicas, or is it in the style and like?
No, it's almost like exactly. So
they sell them as the actual object.
Okay.
Like it's a whole.
There's a town that's like where it's like you can go down the street and they would open up, I guess, like this shop, and they would just be in there and just like painting almost identical of like, and it's just,
but the value would obviously not be the same as the original, and if it's known that they
once
are
it's found as a forgery, but they want to sell that first and then wash their hands of it, and they're trying to it's crazy,
and that's like accepted there more so.
I mean, like if you can get like a replica and like no one knows the difference, it's like, is it really a replica?
We've gone through some shit like that too, but we can tell the difference between those replicas.
The people that knocked me off. You put your finger through the glass.
Right.
Oh, really?
Well, in Nepal, I've been getting. So I copyrighted some of my pieces. I'm the first glass blower to do that, like for like a design, like an animal, just because I was getting tables of it ripped off, and people are like saying it's Robertson inspired or Robertson glass, and it's hard. I can tell, collectors can tell, but some people can't tell, and it's like they would just make the exact same pieces.
I can see
everything
that.
I posted
In Nepal,
it's coming from a lot.
I can see that. Yeah, and it was like with like a lot of that stuff. Like even with me, it's like I don't really. A lot of times now with the stuff that I do, it's like I don't worry about copyright because I know it's like it's gonna be copied at some point.
I mean, I see it already.
Yeah, it's like
I see it already.
And I do so many educational videos on like how I do my stuff and like teaching other artists. It's like I know,
which I love that,
it's bound to happen, but it's one of those things where it's kind of like you gotta be to get a copy, because I tried to get a copyright for interactive work that when I first started out. You have to have the money to actually fight that stuff. And especially if it's international, then it's kind of like...
if it's international, you can only do it in America. So that's the same thing with Nepal, but if people are selling it here... And I just did 3 pieces, and so they just started making all of the collabs I don't have the copyrights for, but they stopped making those 3 pieces that I got copyrights for.
One of the ones that we did, right? The multi-beast?
I think so. They would just... I'd post a piece... then I'd see it made. And so I would block this guy, and then he would come up with a new account. And
I mean, that's
but I really don't care either. Like I did it because I wanted to explore that whole world of seeing what I can and cannot copyright and intellectual property.
It's something you worked so hard at, and something that you've put blood, sweat, and tears into developing, and then someone else is just like ripping that off. I mean,
but for me, it's like
a lot of people say do it better.
There's like for me, a lot of times when it's different for different stuff. Like a lot of the work is like a lot of the stuff people copy. It's like I've been doing that shit 10 years and I'm on to something new. And a lot of times people can tell that's like almost a knockoff.
People who are following are always they can't lead. They're going to be following.
It's like if you get, it's like you get Ozempic Detour. You got the Ozempic Detour painting where it's kind of it doesn't have the same.
It's like Diet Detour, baby.
Detour.
The streets love it.
Yeah, there's something wrong with it.
Come get that Diet Detour.
Yeah, so it's like trying to do something where it's kind of like even if you knock it off, people can tell.
Yeah.
And then sometimes people, like, there's artists that have like learned from me. Like now they're just like, they're killing it. They're doing so much good shit.
Yeah. I mean,
but it's like they mimic and then they find their own shit, and that's totally fine.
And then, that's part of being a younger artist too, developing, exploring.
It's a good way to learn,
testing yourself.
Yeah.
You know, try and change it 10%.
I always tell younger artists though, it's like, don't waste your time copying what I've done. Your vision is so unique to yourself. You're depriving the world of your own vision, you know, by copying mine. You know, my vision's I already did it. You know,
so that's why I'm not worried about a lot of that stuff. It's only when it's egregious, when it's kind of like they do it stroke from stroke, color to color, and then they put it out online and say, this is mine, and then this is, without sort of like saying, hey, influenced by Detour or whatever. Like that's fine. If like saying influenced by is totally cool. Sure. But it also puts more work. I would say I don't want more work, but it's like it also challenges me to be as unique as possible and to raise the bar.
Be yourself. That's all.
Or just like raise the bar as much as I can to where the materials are not easily duplicatable. The process isn't easily duplicatable.
Right.
All this stuff. So like with graphic design, like ChatGPT can, you know, copy that shit easy.
Right.
But can it copy the whole idea of, you know, doing a treadmill canvas and then adding this to it and then adding this to it and then making sure like the canvas is like sheepskin canvas from the mountains of Nepal and like this and this and like all these layers of thoughtfulness to it.
Not yet.
Intention.
Yeah.
It can't yet. When they hook it up to the quantum computing and the robots, they'll be able to.
Yeah. So like adding more
motivation is what the motivation we give it.
Yeah. So like adding more thoughtfulness to it, to where it's kind of like you're easily able to distinguish yourself from others because it's so unique and it's so different. Authentic. And the process is so cool, where it's kind of like you can't just wake up one day and say, I want to mimic that and mimic it. It's like you have to actually put work into it. That's the challenge for me, is like getting to that space where it's kind of like, oh, I can easily do, or I can do something where it's kind of like not everyone else can do it. You can see it. I can even share how to do it, but it's like you're not going to do it the same way at all.
Yeah.
It's kind of the whole like don't punch down thing too. It's like just as a leader, just focus on leading.
Yeah.
You know? It makes it so much more authentic too, with all those layers and all the work put into it.
So like, just trying to like make sure it's like I can be as unique as possible with the work that I'm doing, and not worry about, you know, some of the stuff when it comes to gatekeeping or stuff.
That's the big thing I'm about to. I'm all about kicking that fucking door open.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. Like, hit me up.
Yeah, people hit me up all the time. Like, hey,
artists, you know?
You want a public art project? How do I do one too? So I share that. Like,
yeah, dude.
My friend Helen Choi out of Atlanta hit me up right after. She saw me put in the airport piece, and she was a finalist on another airport space for an artist that was opening up, and she wanted me to look at her proposal and everything and mock up, and I gave her as much knowledge as I could, and she ended up winning.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she ended up getting it, and so she's doing, I think it's the part where it's like it connects the airport to the Westin Hotel. And
for DIA.
It's for DIA, yeah.
Okay.
So she'll be doing a piece for that.
Oh, awesome.
And it's like, it's good incredible to like have like
a network, man.
Yeah, a network, but it's also good like actually grow with people.
Ships, man, you know,
grow with people, where it's kind of like I help them and now they're growing. So it's not like I'm keeping things in and I'm only one. Where it's kind of like I always admired the whole New York run when it came to hip hop and art too, but more so hip hop, because when you look back at like, oh shit, the 90s were really big. And then you can be like, oh shit, De La Soul went to school with these individuals, and these individuals knew these individuals, and they're all a network, you know, supporting each other. Now I'm like,
that's why I wore this shirt, my OK Player 2000 shirt today.
Yeah.
From the Roots tour in 2000.
Yeah, man. Like you wouldn't realize how many people came across each other. Yeah. Like, you know, you listen to a Questlove interview, like, I was in the studio when I was 17 and ran across, and, you know, Dave Chappelle ran over here, and it's like, you knew. Like, there's so many stories like that. And how all these artists came together. So it's kind of like, how do I do that out here in Denver, where it's kind of like all these individuals are like growing at the same time.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah, because like, you know, it's like building that synergy to where it grows into a bigger industry to where now brands are coming out here, opportunities are coming out here. And because we all work together, it's like we're all growing at the same time.
Yeah, works well with others is on the report card as a kid for a reason.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like that's my shit, you know?
So that's what I
Yeah,
want.
no, that's important.
That's what I want. So it's not like I have to go to another city and then now I have to like get in their network and build relationships out there. It's like I can do that here type of thing. So that's why I'm always sharing as much as I can, trying to root for other individuals to grow, because at some point someone becomes a big artist and say, hey Detour, hey, I have an opportunity for you, or you want to
or just fucking thank you, bro.
Yeah,
thank you
whatever.
for your Art Tip Tuesday that you've been doing for however fucking long at this point. I don't know, I don't know how many
years. Yeah,
you've been doing that mother-fucker for.
Oh no shit, 10 years.
about 10
Wow,
years
that's
straight,
crazy,
man.
bro. That's consistency.
Man.
Like no
inspiring
bro.
the youth.
I gotta do probably a rerun tomorrow of an old one. Because I just don't
We'll count it though. Still,
Yeah,
we won't tell.
Yeah. Been busy, but
I didn't know we were doing
things,
reruns. Shit.
Yeah, but it's like seeing like Matt Damon and Ben Affleck and all that crew come up together.
Yeah,
It's like,
Adam Sandler.
Oh, his all crew. Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. I mean, that's great. You know,
They
so
all
you be
work
Dude, I made a bong for Sandler when I was 18 years old.
Really?
He got to him and he took pictures with it, and that changed my life.
yeah,
That
man.
one piece.
Really?
I was 18 years old. It was life changing. It you go to adamsandler.com. There's a picture of it on there, and it was just like it was insane. So
Fuck
it was,
man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But having a lot more of that here would be great.
Yeah, man.
And just like trying to connect with some of these individuals that have, just opportunities, and just keep building with other
and the mentality also
Yeah.
to grow the community, and like it's a part of selflessness and stuff too, where it's knowing that putting food on other people's plates gonna keep you fed too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like
That's
that's
how
just
you
how
do
it
it,
works.
it feels good.
Trying to get some coveralls into the hands of some of these athletes.
Yeah.
I think I got to see if I got mine in Jamal Murray's hands. I did a gig for University Health, and they work with the Nuggets, so they had Jamal Murray work with me designing a T-shirt. So I had him in my studio. Took him a little bit to kind of warm up because it was like after practice, and it was like. He's like, you're supposed to be here meeting with this artist. He doesn't know me for shit type of thing. It's like, I'm in a strange place having to talk to someone after practice. But he warmed up, man. Really good dude. And then I'm designing coveralls, so I gave him one to wear. So I'm hoping to get these coveralls into that space where it's kind of like people can help build that as much as possible.
Are you gonna start customizing them?
Yeah. So I mean, that's the thing. It's like the idea behind those coveralls is like for people to actually customize them themselves and.
So you're not gonna do it. You're gonna have other people.
So like building an ecosystem where it's easy for
I would
people.
love that.
Yeah. So it's like.
That'd be fun.
So is it for like painting attire?
Yeah, so like this is it right here.
That's it. Yeah.
This is one of the samples
and
that I have.
they zip off and shit becomes
Yeah.
shorts and shit.
Oh,
It's just like,
nice.
it's just like artist work swag. It's like Carhartt for artists.
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah.
That's
it's like
cool.
Trying to make the Carhartt for artists.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And like,
Carhartt.
yeah. So it's like flexible and everything. So like trying to do that for artists. So
Need some Kevlar ones for the glass blowers.
man, I wish
heat.
I would definitely got to figure that out. It's like trying to find a material that's flexible, but also that
Sturdy.
won't burn easy. Cause
Kevlar, some of it there's some nicely woven Kevlar now.
that's like flexible.
Yeah, all my gloves, and there's black Kevlar too.
Really?
It's oddly
Yeah.
soft.
I'll check that out,
It's
man.
weird.
Yeah, because that's
Fire
like
retardant.
the biggest issue with these. Like you can do it, like wear this in a lot of different scenarios. Probably just not like welding or anything with fire, because it's like it is-
Polyester or something. a
Yeah,
little bit.
so it's one of those things where it's kind of like trying to figure out that issue. Whereas like for just like painting in the sun, like this is great for me because covered up, but it's lightweight.
Yeah.
Enough to be breathable. But like getting these into the hands of other individuals, but hopefully we're hoping for it to kind of grow in terms of the brand, to like open up more opportunities for myself and other artists as well to do stuff. But that's where I'm at right now. Just like trying to build different opportunities
That's
as
awesome.
much as I can.
So you work with the Broncos too? A little bit. Have you worked with them?
Yeah, a little bit. So like the
What have
Hall
you-
of Fame mural
Okay.
in there. If you go
Nice.
to the stadium next to the fan store, I did all the Hall of Famers that we have right now
Killer.
at the Broncos. So, I mean, hopefully there's a way to see how to like transfer that wall over to the new stadium. I'm like, I'm trying to figure like,
oh, they're building a new stadium?
Yeah, you didn't hear that? It's going to be like a mile down between 6th Ave and like, I think it's like Agape and 25. So it's like that little industrial warehouse that's been abandoned for a while. I think that's where they're going to put it.
Interesting.
So it's going to be like a whole new development.
What are they going to do with the old one?
I think turn it into more like retail condos and
oh really? They're going to demo it?
Just what we needed, man.
Just what we needed. That is sick.
So more
that is so
you
dope.
already knew the answer.
That is great.
You already knew the answer.
Great news.
They're going upwards now.
Yeah. So like, I don't know if they rezoned it for the building up.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure they probably did.
But that retail and then residential on top format seems to be popping up everywhere.
I think other
retail
stuff
on the bottom
in there, like more, because like, I guess they're trying to bring more foot traffic down there too. So like, I guess a little bit of everything. But yeah, they're going to do that, but they're moving the stadium.
That's crazy.
A little bit ways down, and then trying to work with them on more stuff. As much as I can.
If you can't move it, just repaint it. Repaint another one. Version 2.
Hopefully, man.
Get that bag again.
Fuck it. And then, working with more of these businesses around town, organizations around town. They're building a World Trade Center. They're moving that over near 70 and 25. So where 70 and 25 come together, that little where Fox Street is. Where it's like if you see on 70 when you're about to hit 25, there's like a big warehouse. It's like they already broke ground on like the parking lot, so you can kind of see construction already.
Wow!
So that'll
coming soon.
That'll be like probably 7 years, 10 years until it's finished.
Oh yeah,
everything because they're gonna go in different stages. But that's gonna be like another sort of like almost like mini downtown area, but more for international sort of centric type. Businesses and organizations and conferences, stuff like that. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff coming, man. A lot of stuff. I'm actually trying to look for space past the airport.
I mean, they say that the suburbs are going to go all the way to the airport evenneventually.
I mean,
isn't that land toxic?
There. I mean,
like wasn't that like nuclear testing at one
Rocky
point?
Mountain Arsenal right here outside and
near the mountains, yeah.
That shit is very radioactive.
Where we are, go. I think it's like below Boulder or.
You don't even have to go that far, man. Commerce City, dude, right there. Right.
Commerce City.
Commerce City, dude.
Was one of the most.
That Rocky Mountain Arsenal is a toxic waste dump.
Yeah, the air pollution at one point was one of the most toxic in the nation.
And if you can't touch the dirt or nothing. If you touch the dirt, you'll
because it's
start melting.
So industrial, man.
Yeah,
like all that stuff that's happening around there.
We just had the worst air quality in the world the other day, and it was like compared to China, and it was like worse than China. And I was seeing that on the news, and I'm wondering,
China's fault though, if you think about it.
Why? Oh, I saw cool lightning behind you.
They had I went to Utah, Salt Lake City in Utah. And it was so nice, but I guess one of their things is like bad air quality. I was like, how?
Because it's all about regulation.
So pure and clean looking, like it's.
Yeah, I was like, you're right beside the lake, and then the mountains right here, and then
the way the jet streams travel too. It's
we get a lot of smoke from Canada that comes down here.
They like collect smoke, the mountains and stuff.
And then the ozone layer is thinner up here, I heard too. I don't know if that has anything to do with air quality, but.
Put a squeegee up there, just clean it off.
Yeah, the firmament.
Invent something, bro.
Yeah,
we need your help, man.
I'm trying. I'm one man. I'm trying.
Yeah.
I mean, that shit is important, dude. Just, I mean, that kid, he invented that thing that collects all the ocean, plastics out the ocean and stuff like that.
What about that dude who melted plastic and created fuel and then he went missing?
Right.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
Right, yeah.
I saw that story. I didn't know how real it was because he's missing and he's back.
He's back with a new invention, dude, just in time.
I was like, how is this
the same
real?
with the guy in Detroit or in Flint with the water, the water machine that would pulls the air, moisture from the air. And like that dude, every machine kept getting purposely sabotaged and attacked.
Everyone who's created like a hydrogen car ends up unaliving themselves or whatever, dying unexpectedly.
We're getting into some
freak accident. Yeah, we got you. You're fine. You're fine.
We already covered reptilians, but
I think that also comes with better city planning.
The 15-minute city, dude. That's what it's going to be.
Because like
coming
if you
up
go
here
to a place like Amsterdam, it's like you wouldn't like go to Amsterdam and rent a car.
No.
You go to Amsterdam, take the train down there, and get bikes.
Ride a bike.
Ride a bike everywhere. And that's only because city planning was involved with, just like people in mind.
There's very few places like that in America, though. Like Mackinac Island is like the only place I can think of. That's
it's like if you want to sort of like, I guess reverse that, the carbon emission, stuff like that, like that has to be part of the plan is like, city planning to where it's easier to get around.
It takes intention though too.
It takes intention, but also it takes us not being bullied,
hard-headed
because like if you go to Detroit, there's no way to get around without a car. A lot of places
up here,
and that's intentional because they want you to buy cars. And
it's
when
the Motor City,
they want you to buy cars, so it's hard to get around if you're just on a bike. And that is like one of the reasons why it's like we have so much smog and pollution. It's like, but if you have cities where it's like, it's easier to get around and easier to sort of just use a bike and just like, just go down to the grocery store and get your shit and come back.
We also have to like prioritize environmental sustainability over the economy. We have to make some economic sacrifices, and until that is a priority, this is going to be
but the politicians that we have. It's like when they're taking money from corporations and stuff like that, they're the ones that will make the decision. The lobbyists will make the decision. So it's really difficult to do that on a larger scale with a larger city,
unless you burn it all down first and then start over. Where all the last two have been proposed and then mysteriously.
But like these like small cities that you can get into, it's like I think that's something where it's kind of like it can actually start from. So like there's a place in Arizona where it's kind of like there's like a complex where it's almost resembles European cities or neighborhoods where it's kind of like everything's walking. And if you want to go to the local grocery store that's like, or a local whatever that's miles away, too far for a bike to get to, it's like you use the car sharing thing where it's like they don't want you to have a car, or I don't say they wouldn't want you to have a car. It's like they make it easy for you to not have a car.
There's a lot of those in Amsterdam too. Like you just drive a car, park it anywhere, leave it, and you can see which one's close to you.
I thought that was going to be a little bit like the zip cars and all that stuff. I thought that would be like a little bit more of a bigger thing. And
here,
it seemed like it kind of faded that stuff out.
But also too, it's like you have to have the society that will allow that to happen and not have shit break. And not take advantage of stuff. That's why it's like it'd be easy. It's easy to have that stuff here physically, but it's so difficult with our society when it comes to,
implementing it into the
it without people taking advantage of shit.
Well, they seem like they doubled down on those bird scooters.
Yeah, I mean, like the birds, like you can like, I don't mind the bird scooters. It's like. But people will kick the shit out of it. They will throw it around.
Steps, 20 steps.
They will,
I wonder what the injury rate is.
It's like
probably high.
You can get away. I think something like those cars and shareable stuff, all that stuff that they do now is easier in a city where it's kind of like a small, where it's like if you leave your door unlocked, you're not afraid of people busting into it. If you drop your wallet, you're not worried that,
fuck dropping your wallet. Someone taking your fucking wallet.
Yeah, taking your wallet. Take all that stuff. And so like I was looking at, I think it was, not Reykjavik. It's a Reykjavik? Maybe. It's another city where it's like, it's supposed to be the happiest place in the world. And there's a reason why.
Switzerland or some shit.
Sweden.
Something like one of those places. It's like the happiest place in the world.
It's because it's super white and there's probably not a lot of black people there.
Oh, well, the thing was like, you would think that. But the thing was like they had a shit ton of immigrants.
Really?
Where it's kind of like that's when immigrants are like trying to flee like a country and they're like, what is the safest place in the world? That city pops up.
Crazy.
And that's why they go there. And they were saying, well, that's one of the reasons. It's like because you don't have to worry about the small stuff. You're not worrying about your kid getting shot in the
people
school.
Are uplifted, food, clothes, shelter. You don't have to just steal and struggle or fucking
all the societal systems, the hierarchy of needs are like taken care of.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So you're not worried about a lot of that stuff. So it's like here, it's like you got to worry about everything.
Oh yeah,
Everything.
Yeah, you're beefing with the neighbors. Like you got to worry about that. You got to worry about if your kids slips and falls and stuff. It's like lawsuits. You got to worry about.
There was just a fucking shooting in this
my
town.
Really,
Evergreen High School just had a shooting.
Yeah.
I mean, that's,
you don't have you don't have to worry about that stuff.
Yeah.
So, but like here, it's like you got to worry about everything.
Yeah.
And that's why everyone's anxiety, on edge.
Yeah, when we're stressed out, overstimulated, fatigued, we don't have time to think about.
That's what they want for you, though, here, dude. Because you it's part of the system. You're in. Absolutely. You're getting the medication. You're getting the health insurance.
That's why loving motherfuckers is the best revolution there is.
You look at the economy, you can see like people are getting laid off. AI is taking a lot of those jobs. You got all these different problems. Healthcare system, like it's on a shoestring right now.
Yeah, and even though I pay for it all, I'm fighting with them tooth and nail every time. They deny. It's just so bullshit with my two kids, dude. It's causing a lot of stress. It's all settled now, but it was like 6 months of, oh no, you didn't do this and this, even though I'm paying for it. It's mental breakdown.
They're looking for loopholes and not trying.
They're not there for you to help, dude.
Fucking you.
Yeah, it's like I want to go get checkups of like everything. It's like, okay, how much is that going to cost? Or are they going to say this isn't covered under this because I'm not the age at which you get the checkups on?
Yeah, I broke a rib recently and we had to videotape it that it was an urgent care visit, not an ER visit. And then we got on video. They said it was, and it was covered. And then they said, no, that was the ER. And my wife got it on video. And it's like, they try and fuck you, dude, as much as you can if you don't got it on video.
They deny it. And then with recently, the wave is with the housing, like house insurance. So it's like they deny until I guess 3 years afterwards, or 2 or 3 years. I guess it's different to where it's like some way legally they're not liable afterwards, or they can sort of cut down the amount that you can get.
Oh, really?
From the claim. Yeah, all
you
these
gotta
little
read
tricks,
the fine print.
all these little tricks that they do. So it's like it's like in these other places, like you don't have to worry about a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
And
that's
here's
capitalism, though.
Yeah,
like what
we're
it's like the gift and the curse. Unfortunately.
But they make it. But with capitalism, it's like the trick is they make you feel like you can get to where the Elon Musk is and where these people that run around with millions of dollars are.
It's like, really just an extended plantation.
It's a dream. That's why they call it the American dream, because it's a dream. And they make you feel like you can do that when in reality they nickel and dime you for everything that you got, to where it's harder and harder to do that.
Yeah, death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah, and then the idea for them to say is like, well, you just got to work harder.
Right.
And
the harder we're lazy.
Yeah. So the harder you
take
work,
this pill and you'll get more out of your day.
Yeah. The harder you work, it's like the more you make, the more you give,
and
the more.
And there is an equation that the harder you work, the better you do. There is. I mean, we can.
But they don't make it easy for an artist or like a small business right now to like really.
Who promised that it would be easy though? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, with all the government bullshit you got to go through, dude, to be legal and comply and all this bullshit, like it's. Anyways.
Yeah, I mean there's no guarantees. Like I put up a post on that. It's like there's no guarantees on anything, especially with like success with the art world.
Right.
So it's one of those things where like. You can work hard for sure, but also it's like I try to tell people like do something that makes you happy,
right?
Because
that's the core. That's the core.
Yeah, the core of it, because
that gives you purpose.
Yeah, purpose, but it's also like when you're like working as an artist and you love it, it's like no matter where you get to, it's like as long as you have your basic needs met and you're happy doing what you do, you love it. It's like you're not worried about being in the MoMA or this or whatever.
The stress
and
sacrifice to the pleasure of life, the quality of life, it balances out.
Yeah, man. So it's like trying to work on that as much as trying to tell people that as much as I can.
Yeah, gratitude.
It's just so hard with just like trying to make it, but also too, it's like we're in a better spot than a lot of other places. Because like I've been to, because I think in Argentina where I was, it's like they have free education. Like
I'm going there next week.
Oh, next week?
Yeah.
Where?
Buenos Aires.
Buenos Aires? Yeah.
Doing a demo out there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the gallery.
Fuck, man. Now I feel like I want to go with you.
Oh, you should, dude.
Bring an assistant.
Yeah,
he needs a good sober travel companion.
Yeah, I got friends out there.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'll talk to you after, but it's a big event we're going to.
Been out there twice and like.
What's it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like because the first time was for a residency for a month, and then the second time was just like I made friends and was just out there hanging out.
Nice.
The second time.
So you're saying they have free healthcare out there?
Well, they have. I mean, they have good
kind
healthcare.
Of social healthcare.
Because I had to pay for one when I went to the hospital for something like a sore throat and stuff. But it's like the education. A lot of the artists I were meeting were like they were well educated. They were like professors, but they just couldn't make money making art. Because that's the culture down there is just different, man. You know, and it's unique, and like even like how the architecture is. So like you see a building out here, you know, there's drywall everywhere. It's made of wood.
Yeah, it's cheap.
Whereas
cheap. Cheap collapsible
plaster.
It's gonna be destroyed
like,
out there.
But like it's easy to hang artwork out here. I have a wall and I want to hang artwork. Where out there, it's like concrete.
Yeah.
You want to like, how do you just easily hang up on a concrete
things,
wall?
The post-its.
Yeah.
You know,
so how do you easily have like a art culture?
So you just like fundamentally the structure from the ground up is not as sustainable for
so artist. It's like
that's crazy.
So it's that's like it leans and like even with that, it's like if you're not moving every 5 years or 3 to 5 years. So like here, you know. Feels like we move every 3 to 5 years from apartment to apartment, condo to condo, house to house, whatever. And out there, it's like a lot of times, it's like you're staying in a lot of times the same place. And when you're staying
for generations.
Yeah, for generations. Yeah. So like, are you changing artwork up all the time? Are you collecting artwork, or that wall space? Are you using it more for a flat screen TV or shelving, whatever? Right. So sometimes
art
like
is a luxury in itself. Do you have money to spend on making art or buying art?
Yeah, you know, and like out here in America and then in Canada too is like the reason why we do a lot of stuff with like wood is because it's abundant or like kind of abundant out here versus a place where it's like it's scarce. Right. Where it's like you may not have
land itself is scarce.
Yeah, land is scarce.
Well, Hearst had something to do with that too. Hearst had something to do with that way back in the day because everything was made with hemp. And then he wanted to sell his tree fields and make everything out of wood and paper.
Yeah.
When, you know, hempcrete would have been a way better solution. And so,
but that's capitalism.
That's capitalism. He wanted to bank, dude. I mean, the Constitution was written on hemp, and then it was all changed to wood paper or tree paper.
Yeah, but that's like the idea where it's kind of like sometimes the smallest things on how place works or society works or just a country works where it can sort of make it more difficult to do artwork and
it shapes the people.
It shapes the people. Yeah. But like down there it's like they love theater and plays. I went to a few, even though I didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. But I know very basic Spanish. But it was easy to get it. Like the soup day or the subway system was really good. So that's how I got around in a lot of places. As long as you know.
In Argentina,
yeah, as long as you have the map. And have you been before?
No.
Yeah, Buenos Aires. Like you'll go. I don't know what airport you're flying into.
Buenos Aires. We're flying.
MZ or EZ. I think it's EZ. That's the airport code. And then usually it's like 30 minutes to the main city.
Yeah, I think he said it's like an hour or something where we're going, but...
Okay. Yeah, so it's like, it's an easy city to get around. When I went, I don't know if they have Uber before.
We're going with like this crew of people that like they're going to be picking this up.
Okay.
I'm going to be at the festival the whole time. So.
Okay. So it's like 1 day or 2 days?
I'm going for a week. Yeah, it's 3 days at the festival, and then I'm doing a demo at this gallery. We're opening up the gallery, Club Leafy. Okay. It's this full moon sesh crew. Shout out to them. But yeah, I'm super stoked, dude. It's great. They've been blowing up there. The whole hash scene is like really taken off there. And that's usually when the hash scene is blowing up, is when like people are spending money on like big glass pieces.
It's just like art. Hash is a luxury, you know?
Yeah, Argentina is an interesting place. And I think you'll like it. It's like I said, like, I don't know if they get Uber now, because before I guess the taxi industry said no to Uber. So like it was hard to get around, which makes it a little more difficult. And when I was there in 2019, which is, 5 years ago, so it was like harder to sometimes do stuff because everything was paper money. And then even now the economy is
it's not
a little iffy.
Really?
Because their current president had austerity measures where he cut a lot of the social programs. Because the inflation rate was crazy out there.
Really?
I mean it was like
same fucking go for here.
Yeah, because it was like $1 would get you. When I went, $1, I think it was like $29.
$1 is 29 Argentinian
pesos, and now it's like $1 was maybe I think 2,000 Argentinian pesos.
Holy cow!
Oh yeah. So let me see, man. It was.
So there's an election. The election is happening like the week I'm leaving, with the new president. I hear there's some like unrest a little bit. Like people are not happy about the current political situation. I was reading.
Sounds about right.
Okay. Okay. $1 is now 1,358 Argentinian pesos.
Yikes.
Wow.
So like when I was there, it was nothing like that at all. It was. Yeah, it was. I gotta go to the max on this one. Let's see. When I went 2019. Okay, no. It was about about 90 pesos.
That's crazy. So
yeah.
Wow, that's like times 15.
So yeah, so you can kind of see the chart where it's kind of it's just going skyrocket up. So that's why they're having a lot of issues with their economy and like what is their identity when it comes to that. But when I was there, like everyone's so cool and interesting place because somewhat similar to America, where it's kind of like that whole Manifest Destiny thing happened with the European population and locals and native populations. So it's one of those things where it's kind of there is that division. You do see classism, which is really big out there.
There's colonizers, and there's probably a huge wealth disparity there.
Wealth disparity between the haves and have-nots. There's, like everywhere, of course. You do see that in like neighborhoods. But the one thing was like, I was able to get around everywhere, and people were just super, super cool, super chill, super nice. Chaotic history. Especially.
The first thing I think of when I think of Argentina.
They had.
Don't cry for me.
No, they're not. They have. Well, after World War II, a lot of Nazis went out there.
Oh, really?
So there's like a lot of people descendants of like these individuals that
actual Nazis, like actual Nazis.
Yeah. So
Grandpappy was a Nazi.
Yeah, that's like German. When I went to Germany, dude, like he's like Martin's dad was Nazi.
Yeah, but they have like zero tolerance for that shit out in Germany. Like it's,
But that was just the way it was. It was either be one or die, right? Yeah. If you're back in the day.
But I think it's how you handle that history though too. Like they are zero tolerance.
Are you saying Argentina is a little more?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just thinking of Germany.
Okay,
how they approach it. Like
I didn't go to any of the towns, but like they do have like towns where it's kind of like you can tell like, oh, this is a German.
It's like a sundown town.
I don't even say sundown because like I'd never had any problems out there. But you can kind of like when doing the research, oh, this is a German town, German names and stuff like that, and like I'm pretty sure
you can see that there was
influences because they also have like Italian influences too. So like a lot of the people there. Descendants of
the German
Italians.
shit just hits different.
Italians and French, and because like empanadas and
just had some empanadas.
Italian cuisines.
I just had some yesterday.
Yeah, pizzas are big out there. Like a lot of these sort of foods you would think in Europe are like huge out there. And one of the biggest cuisines or biggest dishes, like they rely a lot on the beef because they have like a huge beef culture, steak culture. So like they have this thing called the asada, which is like I guess from snout to tail, like a whole
hot dog.
Yeah, it's like you're eating everything
More
from
anus,
snout to tail. Yeah, almost. But it's like that is one of the I guess, the traditions out there too that we did.
I might have to try that.
Eating everything, but it's super interesting. But I never had a problem with anyone or getting around. It's interesting because the first time I went was vastly because like first time I went was like, shit, there's no black people out here. I'm the only one. Learning about the history about some of that stuff too. You'll learn, why there isn't any. And then the next time I went, there was a lot of Cubans, a lot of Venezuelans, a lot of just people from South America that had African descendants of Africa. And because like if you go to Colombia, there's a large population of black folks out there. Brazil, largest population of descendants of Africa outside of Africa. And people think it's the US or whatever, but it's like, no, it's like in Brazil. So you have a lot of that out there. And so like the last time I went, it was really interesting to see a little bit more. I don't know.
So it changed so like that quickly.
I mean, a little bit. It was noticeable because I was looking at it. I don't know how it is now, but it was a place where it's kind of like, it was like really, really amazing artists out there. They have one of the artists, Ron, R-O-N, he's gotten really big. And
I feel like I follow him, graffiti artist?
Not graffiti, but muralist.
Okay.
Does really huge portraits.
Okay.
Really huge portraits. And he goes all over the world now.
Yeah.
Really dope artists. There's Felipe Pantone. Felipe Pantone's like huge. So that really fucking amazing artists out there.
Cool.
And I think it's one of the things where it's kind of like, because a lot of them, when they do artwork, they do it for the love of it. It's not just like, I just need to sell something here and something there, or trying to con the system, con the game. It's like they really like dive deep into like
passion
the artistry
pieces.
and passion of it, and then it definitely shows. So there are a lot of places around the world that have very little, I guess, art buying market in their country, have like really dope artists come from that.
I can see that. That's interesting because you're not doing it for the money. You're doing it for yourself, and it's not like so corporate. Like I have a gig through whatever Target or and it's like gotta do this.
And then when they want to make money, it's like they go outside the country. A lot of mural artists, I guess, like they make their money in Europe and in the U.S. when they come here. So it's like when they're there, it's like they're doing they have gigs, but it's like they just crank out work because they love it. A lot of times it's
which
not
is
like
the root of happiness, really. It's like, and
it's not like I need to do it for the gram, which is what I see. Like there's so many artists that do it for the gram now.
I have a lot of trouble with like the whole online internet shit. You know, it's like, it's just like, it's way easier for me to function in this like real life atmosphere cipher, where it's,
you gotta do both. But like with the gram, it's like,
it's just hard to be authentic through that lens. I just call it shouting into the void.
Oh man, like there's a lot of artists like myself. Like if I don't have anything to paint in post, it's like I just don't paint in post.
Right.
Like it's like I think artists have to be comfortable with that.
Right.
But there's a lot of artists that will just like, they'll just paint anything just to post. And it's not really about the work. It's about getting content.
Consistency.
They're content creators.
Gotta post on Mondays.
Yeah. But for me, it's like, if I don't have anything to paint that I want, I'll just paint something funny. Like this past weekend, I just painted, I was at the post office. I saw that hiring sign.
I laughed at that.
Yeah, and I was just like,
I did. We'll have to put some B-roll up for that.
He's put out it was an ad for starving artists in there that the post office is hiring. It's starving artists. Underpaid,
they actually said that?
Overworked. No,
or did you modify it? I want to see this.
I did it in Photoshop and I just changed it. Yeah, I was like, that's funny, man. And like, consistency is really important online
too.
And
it's how you're feeling.
Yeah, it's how I'm feeling.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's like I'm not going to paint something where it's like I'm not passionate. I just need content. It's like, no, I'm just going to post something funny that it just.
But it's authentic. I think that's the most important thing. It's not content. It's authenticity, and I think that is the bridge that a lot of these motherfuckers are missing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That as long as you're authentic with what you're doing, that is the best way that you can do it. and it's the only approach I would suggest for
you said it best on the pod, unapologetically too.
Right, unapologetically,
authentic.
Yeah, so it's like just me having fun, not worrying about having to post anything. It's just like, hey, I just have something funny to say. Let me just do this. And I do that a lot more now from time to time, where it's kind of like I just run into shit and I'm just like, nah, let me just make a post on this type of thing.
It's humbling though, and it's also inspiring though too. Like I look up to you, bro. Like I'm inspired by what you do. So like seeing you post that made me laugh at a cellular level. You know
and how many smiles did you generate with that post?
Right.
Like,
it genuinely made me like laugh, and just like no matter how big we get as artists, we're still fucking artists. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what's happening in the world or what's going on. We still deal with the same fucking baseline shit. And that is unique to artists.
Health insurance.
You know what I'm saying?
Retirement.
right. There's no such thing. It's literally our retirement is working harder.
Man, I was like, I gotta post. Because I just saw that sign in the post office and they were showing the benefits and everything. I was like, you know what? Artists need to see this.
How does
that's great.
So obviously you're from a military family. How do they look at your lifestyle and like your approach towards I mean, they're supportive of it.
My dad wanted me to do it. Mom always supported it. I mean, like I said, like I was trying to do business in the military.
Right.
And
you were considering the military stuff. So I was wondering if your family was disappointed that you didn't go that road or
No, it's like this. You don't want to do it, don't do it. Everything.
That's
My
awesome.
dad was like,
"That's great.
Are you happy with what you're doing, or are you happy?" And it's like,
"That's
beautiful. I just want to be an artist." You're like, "Well, just do that."
That's as simple as it gets, man. Are you happy?
That's how to be a great
parent.
No.
So it's one of those things.
That's how you have a happy life,
man. But it's like it's easy to do that when it's kind of like you have good support, and
very important.
Good support, and it's like you're not supporting anyone else. Like I don't have a wife and kid,
right? And I think that's
huge.
We were literally laughing about that before the pod.
You got a wife and kid, man.
You childless bastards.
Our happiness is infinite.
I love those little
dude.
It's like your kids
money pits.
You eat every day. What the fuck?
You eat
every time I'm in the kitchen. You in the kitchen.
Man. This is the hog maw, all the collard greens, shit, man. So it's easier to do that. And it's like if I'm going to do it,
but that's
at
important.
Any point in my life, I got to do it.
Important
now.
as a young artist.
Yeah.
Am I gonna be safe when I'm having sex? Am I gonna be? Am I gonna have an abortion? Am I gonna do be ethical with this, because this is going to affect your career. This will affect your life.
But look at you can make it work too. Like look at Banjo. Banjo's got a whole army of kids, and he's one of the top dudes out there.
I mean, now they're making it a little easier for. It's still tough. They're making it a little easier, like for artists to have families, especially women.
As soon as Elon comes out with the robot nannies, then just like set and forget.
But it's one of those
name the child, see them later.
Wow.
We think the shooters are bad now. Wait till they're all raised by robots.
Jesus Christ.
But now it's like they have residencies that are made specifically where it's like you can bring families and kids and stuff like that, which is good because you don't want to have artists stifle their career trying to think about how to manage and raise kids. Like you can have a good being accepting of like artists with families and kids, but it's like you have to make sure the surrounding is helping them out. So like nurturing and all that good stuff. So like having larger studio spaces, or all these different things where it's kind of like it's easier to take kids into a space and not have to think about childcare, not have to think about all these other things that will sometimes prevent you from family planning. So like residencies are really big in the arts world, where it's kind of like flying to France, flying to Argentina. It's like you're gone for a month. Like how do you do that when you have a kid? So like making it easier on people to where it's like you can still do that and not have to worry about, okay, I need to figure out how to have someone take care of my kid, or do I have to bring everyone?
It's not impossible, but it makes it a little more
it's like challenging. So they're helping out with that a lot more.
Just done.
So like
not like Home Alone style where you
don't want to leave them alone.
Oops.
But yeah, like in France, the La Pole one, there was a few people that brought their family, which is really cool.
And I think it is cool and good for kids to be witnessing the creative process and
my kids
witnessing
are here.
Professional artists being artists and normalizing that too. Because like when I was growing up, I was constantly told that you can't be an artist and stuff. So I think that it is important to expose kids to the positive creative outlets and the art therapy aspects.
But when you tell them you can, then will they be artists? Because it had the opposite effect on you. So if you're like, you can be an artist, they're like, fuck, I don't want to be an artist.
Right. Or like
do taxes. I'll work for the IRS.
Yeah, Dad's an artist. He's a square.
I'm going to go do some book work.
Work for the government. Yeah.
But it's like my friend Patrick McGregor, he paints with his son. And he's been painting with his son.
He does the dogs, right?
Yeah. He's been painting with his son for a long time.
I met him at the Rooster event for the first time. He's a wild one.
Yeah, man. So he's been painting like he used to do colossal media, which is like those hand painted signs on sides of buildings. Yeah. Like large skyscrapers. And got his son into it. So painting with the son. There's another artist father son team out here that does like large scale stuff as well. I love that. But then like it's just like sharing that opportunity with your kid, and then if they want to continue that, they can. If they don't,
that's
they
the
don't.
whole bring your kid to work day. You know,
kid to work day. So,
my dad did work for the post office. So.
Well, it's like if like having opportunities where it's like you're going to Argentina, like bring family along or kids along, something like that at some point, type of thing. Yeah, that's a possibility. Whereas now it's like
the world too.
Yeah, where it's like they're in a whole new country.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But still, it's like hey, you gotta think about 3 tickets. You gotta think about
exactly 3 meals a day
when you're trying
or 3 meals
to tend to the kid. It's like you're literally.
So it's like, but that's also where it's like having a good partner too comes into play.
Yeah,
so
choosing the right partner is just as important as anything else.
Yeah, but yeah, man. I mean, like again, I think you'll like it, man.
I think so too. I've heard good things, and my friend went last year to it, and he said it was amazing.
Yeah.
So. Well, I'm stoked to go. Just the 9-hour flight from Houston is what I'm mostly concerned about.
Is that layover in Chile?
No, it's just Houston direct to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we're going to fly into Houston and then right there. But
mine were through Chile.
It's not too bad.
Yeah, it'll be all right. We'll figure it out. But guys, we're rolling up on 3 hours here.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So, we've covered a lot, but we didn't even get to a lot of this, but maybe we can, since you are local, maybe we could have you back sometime, and we could stay in touch, and well, I'm sure I'll see you around more now.
Now they know where you are.
But come on by if you ever want to try your hand at glass blowing too. I'd be happy to facilitate that for you. Make a marble.
One more hat for you to wear.
Because I forgot the YouTube channel that I was watching. It's like basically how shit works or how shit is made.
And how it's made?
Yeah.
What's it called?
One on glass.
Oh, okay.
And it was just like, how's glass made?
Are you talking about Netflix special or glass?
No. It was just like a random YouTube. It's like a YouTube.
You mean from the materials it's actually made from, like silica and potash, and then they melt it?
All of that.
Okay.
But it's like all the footage is like feels like it's from the 90s or something like that. But it's like just repurposed, but it's like the most interesting thing in the world.
Yeah, how they get the colors, dude. And
all the colors,
like
all that stuff.
30 years ago, there was basically 3 colors. There's cobalt, red, and like a tan kind of fumey color.
Yeah.
And now there's just every color of the rainbow with all different minerals they put into it. And
so that was always interesting. Like, how is glass made? Because like there's so many different types of glass now in terms of
the new borosilicate. It's like Pyrex was the
everything, man. Like even the glass where it's like you can see one way, you can't see the other way, or glass that's like bulletproof and like all that stuff. So
this
like,
Gorilla Glass right here, made in Corning.
So all that stuff is like so interesting. Just to see how like just simple glass is made. So they were showing that video and everything. But I got to talk to you about glass and possibilities.
Weather.
What like just making it to where. Because like when you're doing a public art project,
I have a friend that I could put you in touch with that does specifically outdoor glass installations, permanent installations, and she does a lot of casting.
Okay.
So she's had the snowball effect now, because after she got a few, now she's just her portfolio keeps growing, and people are like, oh, look how many she's got. Let's go with her.
Yeah.
But I'll put you in touch after.
Yeah, because
my name is Alex.
Trying to make something where it's kind of like it's glass, so it's like somewhat, I guess, delicate at the same time. But it's like making it to where it's long term, where it's like vandalism proof or easily to maintain or easily won't fuck up or get hazy, whatever. It's like all that stuff you have to think about when thinking of ideas for these public art proposals.
Yeah, thermo shock too. So maybe, depending on the temperatures it goes to, it can, like this kind of glass, if you put a lighter to it, it will explode. But like this kind, it wouldn't explode.
All that stuff. So it's like trying to figure that out for this upcoming proposal I have to do next month.
I'd be happy to help you in any way I can, for sure.
I want to try to do, the idea is like trying to do something where it's like a time capsule. Where it's like borrowing from the idea of like having people contribute to the piece, but also making it to where it's like real items, but also visible, but also how do you keep it safe and like long lasting, and like having almost like a glass case outside in some form or fashion. But then like you get into like the type of glass, and then like, okay, the different shapes of it. And then, even something like with maintenance, okay, if one glass does break because a car hit it or someone hit it with something, how much does that cost to replace? All that stuff, or is it easily replaceable?
Yeah.
Or do you have to cut it to the same shape, and what's that process? So all that stuff is like things I have to think about when trying to do a proposal.
Yeah, the sustainability of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you got a rough design at some point, I can give you what I know at least.
Yeah,
but
that's the thing where it's kind of like you have a certain amount in your budget and you just can't go over that. Where it's like there's so many things that can go wrong, where it's like you can easily go into 50% over budget, double over budget type of thing.
yeah.
And then
you're just doing it for free.
Yeah, and you're paying for it.
Right.
So it's like
you're out of pocket even worse. Jesus.
So it's like, how do I
You're
get
volunteering
this thing done for that amount? And like I said, like try to do it to where I can now use this as a portfolio piece for outdoor sculptures.
Yeah, that's how you should think of it. You're never losing, and if anything, you're learning.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Yeah.
I spent a week on a wolf recently, and I was just about to finish it, and it exploded into a million pieces. And I just I took a wolf class for a week, and I made the next one. It took me half as much time, and I knew what it looked like more. And
that's the goal, man.
I mean, the muscle memory for making everything too. It's like you just got to reform new muscle memory.
It wasn't a total loss. It was painful, but it was like, okay, I know what I'm doing. Because I took time to kind of figure it out the first way, and then the second time it was just smooth.
That's the goal, man.
Yeah. So do you got a website where you sell prints and stuff or merch? Or
people can go to www.imdetour.com.
IMDetour.
And then where I do all my tools and coveralls and stuff like that, it's detourarttools.com. That's where I sell like a bunch of art tools that I make.
Cool.
Like just like tools where, I need this. They don't sell that at Home Depot or whatever. It's like I design it myself and 3D print it, and now I do it at scale a little bit.
Invention out of necessity.
That's amazing,
and then
dude.
People are able to order those.
Wow. That's
so
very
a lot
cool.
of them are for
artists,
cans.
man.
Spray paint cans?
Yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of it is like attachments for spray paint cans.
Oh,
and
neat.
different stuff. So yeah, working on that, and then clothing on there too. So beefing that up. So those are the two websites you
got
can go to.
T-shirts and hoodies? And
just
stuff?
coveralls.
Oh, coveralls.
Yeah,
okay.
Just the coveralls right now. So like trying to be intentional.
We got to make you some actual hats.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
We can work that out for you.
Yeah. So the biggest thing is like making sure I'm intentional with the coverall, or just like clothing, because people ask me to do T-shirts and stuff all the time, or other types of stuff. I did like a quick stint when someone asked me to do some leggings and everything, and I just didn't want to do like fast fashion throwaway stuff. So I was like,
you want to focus on quality.
Yeah, I was like, let me focus on something that I would want to wear all the time.
Yeah.
And that's what I did, is like the coveralls.
That's awesome.
For artists.
Practical.
Yeah, practical, where it's like I wear this all the time now.
Yeah.
And then other artists wear it all the time. So it's like, that's something where it's kind of like,
I got to get me a fit.
yeah. And then it's something where it's like, you don't throw it away when it's done. It's like,
No, the more you use it, the more it gets colorful.
Once we fucking have paint all over it, shit, motherfuckers will want to buy them. And
Dude, you guys started a fashion statement because you can buy them like already painted out at like wherever now.
Like this before.
I know, like you guys are the OGs with it.
People always ask about the painted pants. So it's like one of those things where it's kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
People love to have that as like a journal piece.
Yeah.
So that's where they can get some stuff from me.
Sick. And then your Instagram is
at Detour 303.
At Detour 303, and you do the Art Tip Tuesdays every Tuesday, right?
Denver's golden boy.
There we go, guys. Check him out.
Hell yeah, man. Thanks for coming out,
dude.
bro.
Thank you so much, man. Awesome. Very nice to hear your story and sit down with you.
Could have gone for a couple more hours.
I know. Well, that's what I mean. Like, just the average one. I know the editing process and everything. So I'd love to do a part 2 with you. Like maybe down the road we'll have you on next season or whatever. But I'll be paying attention to see what you're up to next. Probably see you on the news again before I see you.
What's your next hype event or your next project that you can talk about?
Really, I mean, the clothing stuff, but the proposal that I'm working on. That's, I mean, really the behind the scenes stuff.
Right.
Is the biggest thing. I think I got to
the not so fun stuff.
Yeah, I got to do one of those electrical boxes down on 16th Street Mall.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
This weekend, maybe.
Nice.
I guess whenever they give me the okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
weather permitting, I guess you would want to be doing that out here right now.
So run down there because the box they have me painting is like a 10-minute walk from my studio.
Sick.
Type of thing. So
gotta
it's
love a local gig.
Yeah, it's super local. So it's like something where it's like, let me just go. And I pass by that box every day when I go to the gym.
So it'll be nice for it to be beautiful.
Freshen that up.
So I'll see there all the time now.
Do you promote that when you're like you're going to be there painting when you're doing it? Or?
No. Really. This one is like, I want to get this thing done as fast as possible. So I'll probably go super early in the morning. Like less distraction, especially on 16th Street right there. So
it's crazy.
Woo! Well, I did the Nuggets mural on Colfax.
Yeah, that's right by the crib.
It was nothing but distractions.
Just wild.
Oh man,
you've had a lot of work done.
There's.
I'm pretty sure I told you had to repair that at least 3 times. Personally,
I still have to go back and touch it up and fix a lot of the stuff because people will tag it. And it's not like a graffiti artist tagging. It's just like.
No, just vandalism.
God is coming back.
I feel like most of your pieces are respected. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, most of them are
respected.
But this one is like, it's because like people get high right there. It's like
they're just shitters.
10 group of 10 just getting high right in front of the wall, leaning on the wall. I get there and I'm like, I can't. Yeah. Let me just try
before you even started
next Sunday. Yeah. Because they also do like they pop up a tent right there. There's like a little.
Well, that's the day labor place. I don't know.
No, it's like in the alleyway between the 7-Eleven.
But I thought that what used to be the day labor. Building. I don't know if it's still.
The day labor is right there.
Yeah.
It's a T-Mobile spot or something like that. They changed it into.
Fuck T-Mobile.
Whoa.
Aren't they funding us? Aren't they funding the podcast? You gotta get the partnerships first.
Sponsorship, kid.
All right. T-Mobile's cool.
T-Mobile's cool.
Now Verizon sucks though, dude. They just raised my bill $25 this year.
Oh man.
And they're like, you were actually on a promotion for the last 4 years. Just ran out.
Really?
I've been with them for 10 years. I'm about to like switch to AT&T, I think. So shout out AT&T.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Yo, this has been great.
Pleasure, man.
So, thank you guys for listening. Thank you for coming through, man. Thanks, Vince, for co-hosting.
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude. Thanks to all the
sponsors.
That's right, dude. Thanks to all the sponsors. Shout out Puffco, WNC, Myco Love Farms, and of course, Full Canopy Genetics. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. All right. Thanks for tuning in to the Robertson Stash Podcast. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you want to support us, please hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, we want to hear from you. So if you have any comments or questions, please feel free to reach out. Hit the website, hit the link. We'll see you next time.